Hello, hello, hello. If you think about it, this is just kind of like the return of Sin Day. Hello, everyone. My name's Vimbert. Sorry for missing y'all yesterday with Shuffle Saturday. I was feeling a little under the weather. Everyone's got those little tells that let them know, like, hey, your body's about to get messed up. Or maybe, like, I don't know. I describe this to some people and they think that I'm crazy. But and like I mean everybody's body is different, I know that, but I have an immune system that's generally really resilient against like disease or just generally feeling crappy. So I know what happens with me is like it feels like my legs feel like they're hollow. Like I know they're not hollow, I know there's muscle and fat and bone or whatever there, but like if I don't think about that, it feels like there's like nothing to my legs. That's how I know I'm about to be in for a bad time. And I was getting that yesterday. So I decided to like, I also was getting a little brain fog. So I was like, I probably shouldn't stream in this state. I've been wanting to do this Fuga 2 thing for a while. So I would decided to just rest up and play a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 and come at this today. So, this is Fuga Melodies of Steel 2. You may say to yourself, Vimbert, we've already been here. You beat this game, didn't you? Well, yes. However, I saw that there were 5 very distinct endings. One ending was every last one of these kiddos that you can see in the background here dies by the end. And when I streamed this, we had every kid survive. And that was a pretty good ending. I liked it. I went back off stream on a New Game Plus and got kind of the other variant of that where you focused more on empathy than resolution. It was mostly the same thing. But I also saw, because in when you're in New Game Plus, you can see a list of like events as well as ones you haven't seen yet. There are events that they call survival events where it's triggered by like say May is dead and Malt is alive. Like and I'm like just all the kiddos who like have closer friendships, like seems like it's just gonna be like addressing, that they're like the tiny twins. Like, imagine if one of them dies and like they wrote around that. I really want to see that. So what this is going to be, I'm going to be loading up my New Game Plus playthrough where the tank is fully upgraded. So we are just going to blast through pretty much every early game combat, except for the bosses, where I am going to be forcing the use of the Soul Cannon, which permanently kills off one of your party members. And the goal here is to get to the end of the game with everyone dead. I'm going to be skipping past any story I've already seen. I have a pinned comment up there. There is a playthrough up there on YouTube of my full stream playthrough where we managed to get the best ending, and I fully voiced through the thing there. So if I'm 99% sure that we've seen the story before, I'm just going to be skipping it. Uh, what did you do? He knows what he did. He won 6 seasons of Pokeboomers. No. Good morning, HD. How you doing? You are just in time for the beginning of the tragedy. Killing Malt, killing Hannah, brutal. We killing everybody up in here. So, yeah, this, most of the other game is going to be a breeze. I'm going to be skipping past pretty much all the story here because I've got everything unlocked. And let me just, like, show off how powerful the characters are. Just quickly kind of flip through everyone. Everyone is a crazy high level, and I've got most of the social links, the bonds, built up as well. Of course, we don't have everyone yet. The joy of assembling furniture, I know it well. Also, what do you guys think? I got a few comments recently where people said, hey, it's pretty annoying that you have chat, like, show up directly over the game footage. So I put you guys over to the right. I also want to, like, I see in my Twitch analytics that a lot of people watch me on mobile, so I'm very hesitant to decrease the size of the game, just so it's as viewable as possible on a phone screen, but hopefully this is still good. I don't know, I'm still playing around with it, this could change as we go along. Yeah, War Crimes, hey, Atale. Hey, Zed and Fox, you are just in time for the tragedy. So this is the new game plus, at the very first chapter, where we don't have our full party yet, and I have beaten the tutorial fight. We've gotten past the initial story. Hopefully everyone knows what's going on here, because this is not going to be a full story playthrough. We're just going to be blasting through to get to the good tragedy stuff. Bezos' hatred of allowing me to clip. That's fair. That's very fair. Alright, so a lot of the game is gonna just be like me blasting through stuff. Those soon to die, we salute you, right? I'm very interested to see, because it's totally up to RNG, who gets picked. I'm fascinated to see who's gonna pop up first. My hope is that they leave vanilla to near the end. Gee, sure hope nobody turns into an AI. Why would anyone turn into an AI? That would be silly. Oh yes, and I also... Yep, thank you. Basically, tank's going wild, our friends are kidnapped, we gotta try and rescue them, blah blah blah. Also, there are these weird zombie tanks running around that we're fighting. Vanilla loses her dad in an explosion, that's very sad. And now Malt is trying to keep everyone together. I gotta say, I am so excited for whenever Fuga 3 comes out. Because I want to see how they follow up on this. Do I even need to bother with... No. Even with machine guns, these early game enemies, I can just yeet attacks into them. Oh, I'm absolutely doing Evil Malt again. I anticipate, despite the fact that this is New Game Plus, and I have every tank piece maxed out, all abilities learned, I expect the late game to actually get pretty brutal. Like, I'm obviously just cruising through these battles right now, but the fact that I'm going to be down to fewer and fewer party members, I think I'm going to need the resolution abilities because they are so much more powerful. Like, I have a late game item, I believe it carried, or a New Game Plus. Yeah, so all my people are at level 60, the tank is fully maxed out on weapons, armor, and reactor. So that is going to help a lot. That's the only reason why I thought it would be good to do this. Otherwise, I think it would be a kind of miserable experience doing a playthrough like this. Also, I'm probably just going to be, like, skipping through the intermissions. Just because my goal is to see if I can get all this done in one... Oh yeah, I also bought the DLC because I wanted to support the devs, so... I'm actually a little curious. What are those alternate costumes? They're based on Tail Concerto, which is the first game in the series. It was a PS1 platformer, I think? Yeah, Malta's the main character. Huh. Oh wait, I will actually be doing the garden, because I'm gonna need food buffs towards the end game, I'm pretty sure. And I'm a little low on some things. But aside from that, I'm probably gonna be mostly, like, just skipping through all this stuff. Right, we don't need no pansy hanging out and becoming friends with people and repairing the tank and fishing for gear. That's for girls. We charge straight into battle. Oh, except... I don't have the Soul Cannon yet, do I? That's right, because this isn't the Exoterranus yet. Okay. I forgot about that. So, early game, I can't throw boss fights. Because there would be... I mean, I could, but there would be no point. Yeah, because they're the ones firing this... Oh, wait, but can I get them killed? I actually don't know. Well, no, because that's... Because she needs to be dead for the story. And it's May that's in there? We can all be friends when we die, right? I assume that if you don't rescue your crew members here, it just gives you a game over. But what the hell? We're already doing the bad end. let's just see. Let's just see. What happens when we let them fire tiny little May like a bullet? It sure would be terrible for that to happen. Also, like, I meme a lot about very much enjoying evil playthroughs, but this is going to be one where, like, you might... I might not have to try or fake for, like, emotion when I'm voicing some of these, like, tragic events, because, like, the one thing that'll get me is kids. Because, you know, some kids are little shits, sure, but, like, kids are innocent. Like, they shouldn't have to, like... I don't know. I see a kid in trouble or, like, getting hurt or something, just, like, immediate, just, like, fury within me, and I'm like, I do not want this. Kids and cats. I never want either to come to harm. And hey, some of these kids are cats, so it's kind of a double whammy there. Oh. But I hope everyone's weekend is going well. Despite feeling a little sick yesterday, mine started off pretty good because I just played a lot of ball. Okay, so this should be the completion of the countdown. Let's see what happens. Does this just instantly game over me? Because I'm the one on the business end of the soul cannon. We might also see a little bit more of a soul cannon energy conversion process complete. Firing soul cannon in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, okay, that just game overs me. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. The children's tank has been destroyed. There's nothing more you can do. Retry from after the last intermission so we can just get right into the boss. Because Malt has weird reality warping time travel, which we didn't really touch that much on in this game, which surprised the heck out of me. Okay, so these early game fights, until I gain access to the soul cannon, these early bosses I just have to power through and just, like, win with my OP abilities. I hope it comes up in 3, because there is an unlockable you get for, like, 100%ing the game. I am almost there, but, like, I got distracted with Baldur's Gate 3, so I just looked it up. And it's, like, just like they did in the first game, there's, like, a hidden, trailer for Fuga 3, and it seems to have Malt going even more crazy, because he ends it with, I won't spoil it for people who want to, you know, play through the game themselves and, you know, maybe see it legitimately, but he ends the trailer with saying, "This is the story of how I betrayed the world." And, you know, me, who loves me a good villain protagonist in an evil playthrough, is like, ayo. Hey, stop being crazy! I'm leaving without you. Wait, is this really the right thing to do? Better think on it some more. Oh! It's just like, come on, player. Don't be stupid. I was curious what happened. This is the tutorial for this, so that makes sense. I might fail future ones on purpose, though. Choose the best option based on nature. Oh, she can heal. Still, I outdamage here. Malt! Kill her! Or kill the tank part that's going to kill her. You know what I mean. Yeah, just see how much damage I'm doing, and, like, Malt is completely unsupported. You know, I don't have any buffs rolling or anything like that, so these early game bosses should be, like, particularly for the first few chapters, should just kind of be a face roll. As I lose more and more of the kiddos, that will change. And I'm really hoping I keep Wappa and Sheena, just the more useful members of the crew, longer. And now we do a Star Trek maneuver and we get May back. Hooray. I hope you keep Hannah. About that. And then meanwhile, Edgy McEdge boy is like, I hate furries. Where's the... Oh. Yep, I was not checking to see when those ads were gonna come up. I should... Oh, wait. They can't hear me. Okay, now we arrive at a town, they're like, hey, this other giant tank came through here and kind of like wrecked our day. I do need to get like determination and empathy points. So I am going to go through here. I don't need any items. Yeah, you can see I already have a hideous amount of money. Okay. The ad break is apparently over. Sorry about that. That was a terrible time for an ad break. Twitch has this new thing that I'm not used to watching for that'll tell me when it comes up. I'll try to make sure they overlay the gameplay and not, like, you know, story stuff. So, sorry about that. We're still fighting today. I'm Crazy Malt. We strike first. And, anyway, yeah, keeping Hannah. That's, no. I don't think so. Because the first time on New Game Plus, it wasn't like Malt had, like, some Uchikoshi, Zero Escape AI, the Somnium Files, like, wait, I've been here before, and stops it from happening. No. I also have a post-game item that doubles the amount of determination and empathy points I gain, so I should be able to get both sets of abilities. But of course, I'm going to focus on the determination first because they're just objectively better. There's also a post-game item that, like, doubles the amount... There are post-game items all over the place in the shops. When you New Game Plus, it doubles your XP gain, doubles your social link points or your support points, depending on which you're more familiar with. They're like, oh, hey, we're done with the repairs. Okay, our airship is undestroyed now. And we're like, great, cool, thanks. Let's move along. Also, the New Game Plus, this is one thing maybe I'll save that for, like, near the end. You get, like, because Fuga, the original Fuga did this too, where they, like, gave you New Game Plus text logs that, like, expanded on the lore a lot. Because, like, I've talked about this before, and you get more and more of a sense of this in the regular story, so hopefully I'm not spoiling this for anyone. This world is post-apocalyptic. Because, like, this was, like, just straight up Earth. And then, basically, we fucked around and found out with AI, and then all the humans died, and now they're furries. For something nanotechnology science. They gave you a lot of, like, and that was what truly gripped me into this series as a whole, was when I went back in the New Game Plus in the original Fuga, and got the details about, like, oh yes, France was, like, developing these machines to fight these AIs that came from space, and all this stuff, and I was like, this is so cool, and I want to see more about it, and that's why, like, if anyone was here in the original streams or has watched the VODs, that's why I freaked the hell out when I got to this point in the original game, and, like, let me just not skip this first, because I think it shows Jill in shadow. Hey, Hannah's still alive. Okay. Yeah, when I saw this, and I'm like, wait, that's a human. Because, like, that had so many implications, and I was like, this is what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted out of the sequel. So that was great to see. Intermission! Children are in for a surprise of their own. It's Vanilla, the best character. and then the warning, like, hey, make friends with Vanilla, please. Oh yeah, what is her tail concerto outfit? Oh, she's a princess. Of course she is. Vanilla's fair and balanced. Yeah. Let's see the spiffing... Let's see, the spiffing Brit do a video on this game. I don't think he ever would, because, like, from the videos of that guys that I've watched, he seems to, like, very convoluted strategies. I mean, probably also so he's not, like, repeating anyone else's work. But the strategy here is literally just, like, buff up Vanilla and she destroys everything. Because it makes it so that armor doesn't exist. Hey, we're the soldiers of the setting. We suck. Hey, have these parts. Cool, items. I actually might need to bust out a lot of items towards the post-game. I am actually kind of worried about the last boss. And Vanilla is now ready to kill everything. So let's have her do that. Oh, I was holding Y to skip, but no. Oh. So, yeah, I thought I was gonna wake up sick today, and I am a little, like, sniffly, but it's nothing too bad. So I apologize if any of my occasional, like, sniffs are being picked up, by the mic. But I am feeling okay. So, I think this is gonna be alright. Because I definitely woke up and I was like, oh, God, can I stream tonight? But then, you know, I had some caffeine, I had a good breakfast, some, like... Well, it wasn't, I guess, that good of a breakfast, I guess just a very healthy breakfast. There's an oatmeal that I bought from, we'll save them for sure, no matter how enemies we have to kill with our own bare hands, and feel their blood splatter across our faces. Okay, Malt. And I will be committing a sin along the way. Because, here in New Game Plus land, we always take the safe route because it's fewer battles, so we can get to the juicy stuff quicker. Yeah, this oatmeal that didn't taste very good, but it has, like, whey protein mixed in with it, so it's got, like... Because oatmeal is crazy healthy for you, and you get added protein from the whey. It just has the side effect of tasting absolutely awful. This seems like the sin route regardless. Oh, absolutely. This is, I kind of joked when I started the stream, like, this is kind of like a soft reboot of, this is a surprise comeback of Sin Day. Because we will not be protecting these furry kiddos. Although I really hope they save Vanilla being permanently killed off for last. Otherwise, we're in for a world of hurt. Straight up FFX, absolutely. I mean, I've also been like, I think I could do a hell of a Sin Day route if I could ever, like, stand to do it, just because I think the game would be a little too long. If I ever did want to do, Baldur's Gate 3, like an Evil playthrough, because, I finally had an Evil, choice come up in my own playthrough where it was like, damn, I don't know if I can do this. Ah, good, you beat Seymour Flux. Yeah, that's really, like, the worst wall in the game. If you can get past that, you should be pretty good for the rest of the game. I'm not saying the rest of it is easy, per se, but that's the one real big difficulty jump I remember. The mystery music plays. What's going on? What's this Jill guy? What are his intentions? I mean, the final boss is definitely a thing. Not the final boss. The final boss is literally just free. Cool, but free. Well, no, you're playing through it. I shouldn't spoil. Because they do take a minute to get there. But yeah, fighting Sin itself is not that bad. The big evil whale. What is it with Final Fantasy and space whales? Because they did that in 4 as well. I think. Is it just me or the game's... I did have to update my drivers a couple times to get Baldur's Gate 3 to run, so I'm wondering if, like, some of the visual weirdness I was getting before was because my drivers were horribly out of date, and so the game was, like, messing up in the intermission sections because of that. That could be a thing. Wait, May, you're... May's outfit is the antagonist of Tail Concerto? That's really funny. You can't tell me what to do, Dad. I love Tidus. I think he's a great protagonist. A lot of people find him whiny, but I think he's a delight. And I really like that you get a lot of his internal monologue. And, you know, outwardly he's just very like, Goron, everyone, I'm sorry, but we gotta fight with all we have. Oh, you don't? That's a shame. I think he's wonderful. But I totally get where, like, some of the dislike for him comes from. Vanilla. We have an armor shredder, and then Malt. Because Vanilla can just ignore armor. I don't know. I like them. I like them. Because it adds a little more depth to his outwardly just like, haha, yeah, guys, I'm confident sort of character. We all miss you, Boron. I don't know. To each their own, I guess. I'd rather... I think of him as like, yeah, Yuna having a personality would be a great change. But, you know, they just didn't have the technology for that yet. You know, they didn't have, the PS2 couldn't... No, I'm not making that joke. But yeah, Yuna needs just a little bit more. And Socks gets loaded into the cannon. Oh no, whatever shall we do? We can't let Socks die. Not precious Socks. Well, let me pick the wrong answer here for Socks. I won't ask you for anything ever again. Okay, it does let it ride, now that it's no longer the tutorial for that. Cool. They let your choices have consequences past the tutorial. But yeah, Yuna just is kind of there. But Tidus I consider to be a more realized, like, Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. And I mean, part of that was probably, like, being an edgy teenager when I played it. I really liked Squall, because you got to see his internal monologue and, like, get a sense of where he was at. And Tidus was just that, with a little bit more, and, good voice acting. I know people give the voice acting, oh yeah, and we pick up 2 war criminals who do literally nothing for us until the very end of the game, and I hate them so goddamn much. Oh yeah, part of the reason why resolution is better than empathy, the empathy events are basically only just you checking up on the Burmans and being like, hey, are you guys good? And they're like, and I was like, I hate this. Please make it stop. Yeah, Yuna is very low-key thirsty. Oh wait, this is new. This is new, because I don't have a skip option. Those airships sure are a sight to see, huh? The recovery has moved along so quickly. It's hard to imagine the war was just a year ago. That's the Gasco spirit for you. People here are tough. I only hope this peace lasts. We need to make sure it does. Neat. Okay, let me go for some resolution points. Give me some resolution points. We'll put an end to this conflict. But yeah, you know, PS2 era was a different time. They couldn't, they didn't have the, I am gonna make that joke. They didn't have the, they clearly just, you know, they didn't have the technology to render women with the personality. Some would consider this the good old days. Me, not so much. But I guess Yuna is, like, super popular in Japan. So, I don't know, maybe it's a cultural difference thing. She just comes across as very, like, passive and, like, not... And you know, part of that's part of the point, that she's not really in control of her own destiny for so much of the game. But she's just so like passive and just kind of wishy-washy to me. And maybe that's just Western sensibility versus Japan. She comes across very differently. Lara Croft triangle boobs. Also that. You see, they obviously had to work, because video games are, a lot of them are developed by men. So they're like, okay, we work on the female body, then we can work on the female mind. Their priorities were clear. This is the worst thing I've ever said. Yeah, Riku is great. I enjoy Riku quite a bit. I wish she was more useful in combat. I mean, you can do some truly broken nonsense with her overdrive, but just by default, like, she just does no damage. She has, like, almost no HP, falls over super easily, but I like her vibe, and I like what she brings. Oh yeah, Socks wakes up, which is something, I guess, but Boron is back too! Also, the Burman officers are here, and we hate them. She is a very good support, yeah. I just like, you know, and part of this is just very much what I enjoy playing. I like playing supports that are also capable of doling out some Oh my god, look at Boron. Look at this absolute gentleman. Wonderful outfit. Socks looks lame, as is fitting for him. But I really enjoy playing, like, supporting type characters that can also, like, either them doling out damage help support their allies or something like that. Like, in Baldur's Gate 3, I'm playing a bard who is primarily built just to, as, like, a skill monkey, is the term. Oh, okay, I have so much milk and eggs. I'm not gonna need to do this ever again. Because New Game Plus. And, you know, MMOs, like in Final Fantasy XIV, I played Bard and Dancer. World of Warcraft, I played a Shadow Priest. I like being, like, a support who doles out damage to the enemy, and that helps out your teammates. So the fact that Riku, like, helps back up her teammates, but also, like, doesn't contribute a whole lot of offense, kind of bugs me, because as you might have been able to guess from how I play Fuga 2, I really enjoy aggression as a general overall strategy. I like it when I can go on the offense consistently and be rewarded for kind of like high-risk, high-reward plays. I was a Holy Priest too for a while, until my guild in Burning Crusade stopped being stupid, and we're like, wait a minute, we could use a mana battery. Are you sure you aren't a samurai player? I don't enjoy melee. And they're like, we're old. And I'm like, do anything weird and we'll hand you over to the Gasco army right away. Like, don't mind us, sir, or we'll just stay locked up in the closet. In other words, Vimla, yeah. Like, some of the most fun I've had in an MMO was playing the original incarnation of original incarnation of Bard in Final Fantasy XIV before they ruined it. Well, they ruined it multiple times. I guess I should be more clear. When they ruined it going from Realm Reborn into Heavensward. Heavensward was a great expansion, but it was not good for Bard. Because in the original, like, yeah, your damage was low, but you had these continual songs you could keep up to replenish MP, or buff magic, or even restore, oh god, was it SP or AP? The thing that they used to have physical users run off of before they were like, nah, we're not gonna do that anymore. SP. Also governed your sprint, as I recall. But you had all these abilities that just worked off of, like, RNG, basically. Like, your dots had a chance to reset your off-global cooldown, either, like, AoE damage or just extra damage on the boss, so you just could continually just kind of be rolling the slots like that, and just get lucky, and just dole out a lot more damage for that. Dancer fills that niche for me now, because it has a little bit of that vibe going on as well. But I think OG Bard did it the best in Final Fantasy XIV. And, you know, Machinist had that going on a bit too. you know, before they also changed that. And Scholar because you hate yourself. Is Scholar still considered the worst healer? I know it was for a while. Well, wait. I bet Tail, are you back on Scholar because you get a fairy summon? You can tell me. I'm so out of the loop. Fair. As am I. Like, oh my god, the first battle here is literally just one enemy? Good lord. Okay, this one is, there's at least, like, other enemies. Okay, just do a little swapping around here. Yeah, we need machine gunners, right? Right. The shelving was embarrassingly easy to put together. Good. And no comment on the fairy? I see. Though I do enjoy a good, like, you know... I like it when fairies are more like the fae folk, rather than just, like, as I once expressed to one of my coworkers, not just a bunch of bippity-boppity bullshit. Because, you know, the fae are, like, they can be terrifying if you really look at, like, the mythologies and stuff. And, yeah, fae they can also be great. Oh, yeah, coupons. We're shopping for nothing, but we'll take a coupon for materials. Incoming transmission from the Gasco army. They're fucking terrible. And I'm like, no, we can't rely on you. We have to keep going. Where was I going with this? Oh, hey, the ruins. I do not like the ruins. We're skipping them. No, thank you. Because I don't need any of their items, and that's a great feeling. But, yeah. Riku, very fun, but wish she was better. And I know with the sphere grid you can fix that. And, like, I'm sure you could make a hilarious Riku build, but just her base stats just start off so bad for offense. Like, I'm sure if you make her into, like, a speedy, like, continually, like, just smashing people, damage dealer, she could be good. And, I mean, you can make anyone in Final Fantasy X good. You can even make, Kamari good. Which is saying something. And, you know, her ultimate weapon is one of the easier ones to get, so that could help. You know, you don't have to do the lightning dodging nonsense or anything. But yeah, I like to play the supporting type, even during the brief dark period of my life when I was playing, well, it wasn't even really that brief. The dark period of my life when I was playing League, I tended to play support. Also because, like, often if you're an offensive support, you are causing problems for the enemy on purpose. And that is, like, 90% of my entire vibe. So, you know, I'm here for it. Alright, and now we have Vanilla do a kill. Three straight crits. We love to see it. Though I'm a little worried that I'm already starting to not one-shot enemies. That could be that's doing me a little bit of a concern, because I'm going to need to start to pay attention to the combat before too long. But hey, I'm blasting through it. We're already in Chapter 3. New game plus % speedrun, clearly. I wonder if there's a category for that. Somehow I doubt the Fuga 2 speedrunning community is that vast. But it'd be neat if I could, like, you know, just as a non-speedrunner submit. They're like, you don't have splits or anything up on screen. I'm like, listen, I don't care. You can tell how long it was because of the VOD. You can include the 2 minutes where I just played, like, music as time that I took. Whatever, I don't care. Because I think speedrunners are cool, but I would never have the patience necessary to be one. Because you gotta put in a lot of practice, and, like, I think about my limit for patience as to what I will do for off-stream work for a stream project or stream series is Pokeboomers. Like, Pokeboomers, there's a lot of just grinding up and, like, EV training and all that, to the point where I am always relieved to have a break from it when we get to these breaks here. I mean, I know I lose some of my audience because I have a decently sized focus on Pokemon, and, you know, it's kind of fine. It's like, I have the different crowds of regulars. I have a few people that come for everything, and I see y'all, and I appreciate it. I have some people that are just here for Fire Emblem, some people that are just here for Pokemon, some people that are just here for Shuffle Saturday. And that's fine. Well, you sure ain't here for my looks. No. And war crimes. Here for strong, bad, fair. Oh, I do need to firm up what my schedule is going to look like for the week ahead, but I'm kind of divided. I don't know if I want to, like, just go through Fuga and finish that, or, like, have alternating Fuga and the Strong Bad game until I finish those. Hasn't stopped me before. Very true, very true. Okay, but after this chapter, the tragedy will truly begin. If I had realized that, well, no, because we would have missed the one event from, where, like, Sheena had some things to say, so we were here for that. Now we come up and it's like, hey, I'm very edgy, and I hate you damn furries. Oh wait, no, he's just, like, finding the Bellows. That's right, that's right. And now he's like, I hate you furries. We are approaching the bad guy. I don't care who you are, give Hannah and Brits back right now. Does he know Jill is a girl's name? I don't think he cares. He only cares about revenge. And killing as many furries as possible, at least at first. And we love that for him? Question mark? His gender is revenge. Extremely true. Extremely true. Anyway, I'm gonna strip armor off, and then Cannoneers are going to absolutely annihilate Boron. His gender is revenge. No, but what's in your pants? Weapons with which to destroy my enemies. Oh shit. Great synchronicity there, HD. We are apparently sharing a few brain cells today, HD. Don't mind me. Hannah, I know you're strong enough to beat this. And then she's like, you know what? Maybe I can stop being brainwashed for a couple seconds. Alas, poor Hannah. I do think it's a little cheap that she gets to come back to life in the best ending. I mean, it's fitting for the series' tone, but... I don't know. I would have liked... Oh, we get 2 awakening chances in a row? Because I've dealt so much damage. We can't go on without you. Oh, yeah, she does. Whoops, spoilers, I guess. Sorry. Oh, oops, I was shooting the wrong thing. I need to pay attention at least a little bit here. Yeah, the, A
yearbird of Dimber.
Hell yeah. Thank you for the resub, Repu. I really appreciate it, man. How's your Sunday looking, my friend? We are on the verge of starting to get some furry kiddos killed. Wow, yeah, even in this early game, completely just ignoring the mechanics is leading me to take a decent amount of damage. This might not be as bad as I thought. Okay, and now we... Who do we get? We try to get Hannah back, I know. Who do we actually get back? Sick as hell. I was thinking I was going to be sick as hell. And here's a nice shot of Hannah, who nothing bad will ever happen to. But glad to hear you're feeling better, man. It's the worst, being sick on the weekends. Because it's like, damn it, you could have at least gotten me out of work. Okay, gotta check around here for some resolution points. What we are doing here is I'm doing a new game plus. Oh, we would like some free meat, actually. Yes, meat is very important for late game recipes. I'm doing a playthrough here of, hell yeah, and I'm doing a new game plus here where we get all the kids killed, as opposed to making sure they all live. And Malt is now punished Malt, traumatized Malt, because he couldn't save Hannah, and he's like, I'm worthless, I'm not worth anything. I just have to kill Jill with my own 2 hands. Free meat, we love that. And it's New Game Plus, so I have incredibly broken stats. Like, not as broken as what you showed me you could do in Kakarot. Like, I can't just call down the Spirit Bomb to instantly annihilate all foes 2 seconds after combat starts. But, you know, I do have vanilla. And so that's something. Okay, so am I in the Exo Tyrannus now? Yes, because he's in the thing. He's in the Belenos now. So we can start to get kiddos perma-killed. Oh, yeah, original Dragon Ball. Yeah, that's a much lower, insaner power level. Before they started being like, oh god, we have to exponentially escalate the stakes. The revived Tyrannus. Oh yeah, Brits is back. Okay, now, starting in boss fights, I can start to get the kiddos killed. So, it only took me, like, slightly less than an hour, but we will begin to see the tragedy. All the children are affected by Hannah's death, except for Vanilla, who is stone cold and remains focused on the mission, and we love that for her. Anyway, what outfit does Brits get? Oh, he also is a dapper-looking little gentleman. Neat. Anyway, back to war. It's crazy how much faster the game goes when you skip past all the story and, like, the intermissions and... Oops, I used that on the wrong enemy. Okay, I need to pay attention at least a little bit here. But, like, I still do have vanilla, so ultimately it is only a little bit. As illustrated. But, like, I actually need to use skills now. What the hell? Gotta say, Baldur's Gate 3, hell of a game. Hell of a game. Been playing it a lot. I played the, this is the Sin route. We can use socks, it's fine. I give myself permission. Except, psych, we're just going to kill everyone with Sheena instead. I played the original Baldur's Gate a lot. Like, I think I have almost 200 hours clocked on Steam, and I owned the original on, like, 6 CD-ROMs way back in the day. My discs 4 and 5 were scratched up, so I could never experience the late game. But it was the first CRPG I played, and I knew nothing about D&D, I just kind of had to learn through trial and error. But it was a great time. So, like, the little bits of fan service that they put in for people who know the original games, like, one of your party members, like, one of the worst party members, but one of the party members from the original shows up, and I was like, oh, hey, it's you. Nice. I still hate you just as much as I did in the original Baldur's Gate. Yeah, Dark Alliance was a fun hack and slash. It's something. I obviously prefer the CRPG a lot more, but it's not bad. It's not bad. It's good for what it is. It's just not quite like my chosen genre is all. But no shade to those who enjoy it, because it's a perfectly good game. Though I heard apparently the new Dark Alliance they put out, what was it, a couple years ago, was just absolute trash. So I'm glad Baldur's Gate 3 got made where they're like, they kind of pulled an XCOM, where they were like, oh, hey, let's give you guys something we don't want. Oh, wait, nobody bought that? Okay, let's go back to what people actually want from the series here. Instead of something completely unexpected that no one was asking for. Because, like, I get the need to innovate and make your sequel not just previous game, but more. But, you know, if you color too far outside of the lines, you risk just nobody showing up to buy what you've created. I'm sure it's a difficult balance to strike. Which is why, like, if anyone heard on the Pokeboomers podcast, my critique towards X and Y Gen 6, I do think I was a little harsh on that. I probably should have at least given it like a 6 or 6.5. Because there were plenty of fine parts to it. Just like, I don't know. Pokemon is a very frustrating series for me to play. Because it always feels like it's just like, it comes out very half-baked, and like Gen 5 was really the first gen I played where it felt like that, where they were really like trying, and then come Gen 6 they're like, oh, JK, actually we're just gonna be like, we're just gonna go back to not trying, because you idiots will buy anything we put out. And I was like, oh, okay, alright, so this is where it started. I mean, Gen 5's not flawless, certainly, but it's probably one of the Pokemon games I could see myself going back to on my own time. Gen 2, I can go back to out of nostalgia because I played those games as a youngin', but... And here Brits is like, hey, Malt, are you okay? And Malt is like, I wish to tear the flesh of my foes and feast on their blood. And Brits is like, okay, just remember your friends are here to help you. And Malt is like, all I care about is revenge. As the dramatic rain starts up, it's like foreshadowing for the horrible tragedy we'll be experiencing later. Although I think I played, you know, I'm trying to remember Dark Alliance. I don't know. Got distracted from my own distraction there. But, oh yeah, I also wanted to mention this while I'm live, because I've done a pretty bad job about that. I do have a pin post in my Discord that's kind of like asking people what they want to see for the next stream series that I do. That's the personal one, not the Take the Shot Media Discord. I think it's like 7 options up on there, and they're all pretty close. I'm going to be doing this little project with Fuga 2, which could even presumably wrap up today. Hard to say. And then I'm going to play the remastered Strong Bad game that came out. Dangerous, the Roomy-esque Triumvirate. And then, I'm not really sure, because I have a lot of things I've either like talked about doing, or I have it in my head this could be really funny to do. And so I've kind of been like debating them back and forth. And I mean, I can't guarantee that I'm gonna totally give it to popular vote, but you know, it'll certainly influence things. Thanks for the follow, Divine Earl. Yeah, Pentiment's one of the ones on the list, and it seems like people have some interest in that reboot. You know, as do I, obviously, because I put it on there. But, yeah, Pentiment seems very cool, and I think it could be good for, like, my general vibe and how I do things. But, yeah, the personal Discord is, it's basically just I keep it up for a few personal announcements, and then just, it's somewhere where I can @ everyone whenever I'm going live, because apparently Discord hates showing me with a little purple dot. I've tried for, like, 3 hours to get that to fix, with no avail. And, you know, the Twitch mobile app is sometimes incredibly bad about telling you on time whenever any streamer is live, so I figured I'll just have a Discord to work around this. Oh yes, we're the old war criminals. You have on board your tank for some goddamned reason. Okay, thank you. Thank you, war criminals. Very cool. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that is. I've I've looked up things from Discord. I've looked up things from Twitch. I've checked a few like YouTube tutorials. None of the things they've said to try have worked. So at this point, I've just given up. Because I don't know why that is. Because they said like, oh, you just have to set your, you just have to like delete your personal message. I tried that. You have to do a, I don't know. Whatever. Technology's hard, and it's not, it's ultimately not the worst thing in the world, so. Plus, like, I don't know, I feel like, I'm finally in, Discord where, like, I have joined kind of a loose D&D circle that my brother-in-law is a part of, and I don't know, I think I'd be a little embarrassed if he watched me. Although, apparently my little brother occasionally puts my my YouTube uploads on. And I'm like, oh, dang, really? He's like, yeah, absolutely, Boom. It's, it's funny. My little brother either... And I think there might be... I don't know, there are... Every now and then there are a couple people around who have met him in person. I've got like 4 years on him, but either through affectation... or just how his like body is developed. He just sounds like kind of a very he sounds like a lot more like rough, or like not quite like deeper, but like I don't know, I guess you call it more like stereotypically manly. And he's just like, oh yeah, mm-hmm. But so I don't know. I exaggerated a bit when I'm like imitating him, of course. And if you hear this impression, bro, sorry. But hopefully it does some justice to you. But yeah, he was like, because I've told all my siblings a few times about what I do. And all my siblings are like in business for themselves as like their primary occupation. Both my brothers work in like produce. They basically like buy fresh produce from out on the coasts, and then they transport it to like the Dakotas or like Wyoming, places where it's really hard to get fresh produce, despite being an agricultural area. And they sell it, so you can get like great stuff that's like only a few days off the tree or whatever, and they just go hard on that during the summer, and that supports their families for the rest of the time. And my sister does some kind of like, I don't quite understand it because I don't understand the industry, but it's some kind of like training thing, like education for estheticians and people who do like cosmetic surgeries to explain the science behind it. And so my sister, like, she doesn't really like get video games, so she doesn't really get it. But both my little brother is like, oh yeah, absolutely. Because he's, you know, he grew up playing video games just like me. And so I think he respects it on some level, what I'm trying to do. And my older brother, he also, like, relies on the internet some to make his, oh yeah, and here's where, like, the story forces us to get a game over, and we're like, and this guy's like, ah yes, I'm not suspicious at all. I'll let you travel back in time. Yeah, my older brother also self-publishes, well, and he has had some stuff legit published too, but he is a fiction author. So he understands, like, needing to, you know, kind of market yourself a little bit and whatever. And so I don't know if he ever watches me. He told me he watched one of my Pokemon streams once. Is that the evil space furry? I don't know. They're even at post-game, they weren't super clear on his identity. And it's a bit where, like, I need to know the Solatorobo lore for that, and I never ended up going back to that playthrough. Anyway, I now have access to the Soul Cannon, so I should just be able to defend through it, and just let the boss beat the hell out of me. And eventually, I will get the prompt to, we will get, somebody Soul Cannoned. Never played a Pokemon. She was like, that's it, I'm done. I don't need to do anymore. So we're just gonna be hanging out here for a while, and we'll see who gets murderalized by my absolute apathy. 3-hit pack attack. Okay, I maybe need to, like... Because we're not taking enough damage. Oops, that was an attack. Yeah, I need to leave myself open. Can I do, like... Yeah, let me spam skills like Distortion. That just buff the enemies so we're not continually taking, like, reduced defense damage or we're gonna be here all day. And I've got enough HP that once we get down low enough, I should just be able to spam defend. And then we... Dang it, that missed. How dare the enemy miss? Eagle Eye. Accidentally setting up Vanilla to probably, like, two-shot this boss, but that is not what we're here for. We are here for the Soul Cannon. Distortion. But yeah, I have, like, you know, I have my day job in addition to this streaming thing. My other siblings don't. I mean, I guess his other self-employment thing is kind of the day job for my older brother, because he uses that to support his fiction writing. But I don't know. I forgot where I was going with all this. Anyway, fuck me up, fam. We should be getting close. Vanilla's depressed. Okay. I am always going to voice this. Initiating Soul Cannon autoload. Selecting one crew member at random. Who's gonna die? No, wait! He sucks. Ooh, sorry, chick. No! We need to finish this battle before the Soul Cannon is ready to fire. Yep, we need to finish this as soon as possible. Yep, as quick as we can. I will get right on that game. We're not dying here today. Yep, this is the moment. An hour in, we start to see the tragedy. Ooh, I actually might need to toss some heals here. Let's see, with her and the Soul Cannon, who else is capable of healing? May, I think? Yeah, because now that the Soul Cannon is triggered, I can't untrigger it by healing up. Beast? Oh, that's a cool mechanic. I definitely never saw that in my regular playthrough of this game, because I just annihilated this. Engaging Soul Cannon energy conversion process. Stand by. He does a little nom nom nom. A shame that Chick is going to be one of the first ones to fall, but in terms of purely, like, cold-hearted mechanical power, she is one of the better ones to lose because all she provides is healing, and I do have other people that can do that. Not as good as she can, but use of the Magnarm is recommended to avoid launch of the Soul Cannon. No, really, we're good. We're good. We're pulling this off. We'll absolutely, yeah, we're definitely gonna win this. Also, this is good for an experiment to see if the Soul Cannon is still an insta-win, as it was in the first game, or if it's just heavy damage. 5. What happens next? 4. 3. I like how Malt isn't speaking up at all. He's just like, whatever. I can't save anyone. I can't protect them. 2. Axe is like, player, are you really going to let this happen? Stop this! 1. No giving up until the end! Firing soul cannon. No! Stop! No! Daddy, Mommy, don't be mad at Hack for all his pranks. Daddy, Mommy? With this character's death, the thread of prophecy is severed. Load a previous save or persist in the doomed world you have created. Chick! Okay, it is an insta-win. I got an A rank for that. Good job, everyone. Hack is depressed after losing his sister Chick. Ya think? The enemy unit has gone dark, now investigating further, because I don't know if this is different. Because it had a skip prompt during Chick's death scene, and obviously I hadn't seen that. The signature of the Belenos has disappeared, but the direction can be surmised. No, he got away again. Damn it! What the hell was going through your head earlier, Malt? Were you really trying to get those people caught up in this? You know what fixes depression? Do your laundry. We couldn't just let him get away, could we? No. He took Hannah away from us. Don't you hate him? Don't you want to make him suffer? Of course I hate that bastard. Maybe even more than you. But that doesn't mean we can't just let innocent people get hurt. Just let me be alone for a while. Malt. Oh, this is different. This is different. This didn't happen before. Okay. So I need to read off the post-boss dialogue, then. Or no, wait, this is the same. He gets this is still cool, so I'll voice it out again. Okay, have a good nap, Tail. Hannah, we were always together, from as far back as I can remember. And now, I don't know where you are. I'll never see you again. Ah! Hannah! I was supposed to be there to protect you. I should have been there for you! Jill, I'll make you regret ever being born! For stealing Hannah away, for causing us all this grief, you'll pay for it all and more! I will find you wherever you are. I'm coming for you, Jill. I'm coming to kill you! And then they're like, wow, Malt is crazy. Alright, first death on the books. Oh. Okay, this is definitely new. No skip prompt. Hack. Sorry, what? Without Chick around, I just feel empty. Guess it makes sense. She was my twin after all. That's not it. Everyone feels like that after losing someone they love. Even me. Really? Promise you won't laugh at me if I cry? Chick always laughed. 'Cause I'm a crybaby. I won't. I won't laugh. I'll protect everyone. Let's see how long you're able to keep to that notion. Damn it! I'm just too weak. That's why we had to resort to using the soul cannon. Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. People always wish they could do more to change things. It's soul-crushing. But I could have. I'll do my best with you, so don't be mad anymore, Malt. May, I just don't want to lose anyone else. I want to be with everyone forever, too. Yeah. Sorry, Sheena. Let's keep fighting and get stronger. Together. Definitely. Ooh, about that together. This might not go as well as you thought. Malta's sad boy in rain. Okay, check the traveler. Do you have resolution points for me? No, you don't. You are useless to me. Malt is still in PTSD mode. He has nothing to say. More resolution points. Talk to the kindly old woman. Okay, she just gives us me free money. Those are not things I need. I do not need money. I have everything I require. Chapter 5, we're rolling... Oh, that's right, we get Wappa that early. Wappa's like, hey guys, nobody's dead, right? They're like, ooh, about that. She is another one that I hope that the game allows me to keep around for as long as possible, because she's almost as useful as Vanilla. Oh shit, there's just like an empty space on the page where Chick was. Okay, so we have to cure a couple depressions here. I don't want to fight anymore. I'm sick of all this. Give it time. You'll settle down again. Thanks. I'll try at least. Hack is no longer depressed from his sister dying before his eyes. See how easy that is? Just decide to stop being depressed. These battles are so terrifying. It's better to think of them that way. Perhaps. I simply need to steel myself. Vanilla is feeling all better. Also, what is Wappa's tail concerto outfit? She also has the protagonist outfit because she calls herself the leader. That's adorable. Anyway, back to the horrors of war. So I imagine for a few chapters I'm not really going to feel the loss of anyone too keenly. Unless, basically, so long as I can keep around Vanilla and Wappa, I can still mount a very, very effective general-purpose strategy. Ideally, I am allowed to keep Brits as well, but if I need to go without him, I can. Oh wow, that wasn't a one-shot kill. Wild. However, this will be... I'll also probably need to bear in mind that I have access to the Magnarm, which I can use for just, like, some basically free damage. Although I'm killing every boss with the Soul Cannon. I guess I'll just need that in, like, the final boss? Maybe? I don't know. Will it even let me do that? Because everyone else will be dead by that point, right? Alright, full machine gunners. Because I can't fix my other party members' terrible accuracy versus flying. That is still going to remain a thing. I may need to... Oh, okay, I've already seen this. Bob was like, hey, new person. And Vanilla's like, oh, hello, you tiny homeless child. Did they change my ad break schedule? I swear these are coming up way more often than they used to. I need to double check that, because I had ads set to be very infrequent, and there's already been 2 of them. Unless it's always been like this, and I've just managed to overlook it? Could also be the case, I guess. I'm not sure. But anyway, I am good on water and everything, but I might need to get up shortly just to turn on my swamp cooler, because I can tell it's already heating up in here a little bit. Though, of course, it's a slightly more humid day than normal in Colorado, so it's not going to be as effective as normal. So, nature really just said, Vim, today you get to suffer. Oh, welcome back if you were seeing the ad. I was just remarking that I might need to get up for a break soon, which is going to be awkward, because now I won't be able to cover it with a break. Thanks, Twitch, and your patented go fuck yourself technology. Because it's starting to heat up a little bit outside, and as I have admitted to publicly multiple times, I am a big baby when it comes to the heat, and I cannot handle it whatsoever. Like, it's already... I think some of it is just gross gamer sweat, but... Why am I talking about this on stream? We're going to talk about something else now. As this is basically just so much grinding podcast until we get to new story nonsense here. The Ruins Expedition. Wow, a fun minigame that we're not going to take part in. I do not need the airship. I have the power of New Game Plus on my side. I do think Sheena is going to be a great one to keep around as well for that earthquake. Basically, I'm going to have a party member who's always going to be the one I'm going to prefer get yeeted into the cannon. And the game is probably not going to cooperate with that. Currently, it is, of course, Socks, because I hate Socks, because he's dumb and stupid, and I don't like his personality, and he's not that good in combat. You know, just very completely irrational reasons to not like a character. I know. But I mean, literally, if you go back and watch my first Fuga playthrough, like, he was the only one who ended up getting shot out of the soul cannon. Gotta be very interested to see how the final boss plays out, because even when I did my New Game Plus, like, the final boss was not a push-up. Like, it was still definitely easier than it was the first go-round, but it wasn't just an insta-win either. So imagine doing this little thing, it's gonna be kind of rough. Unless maybe the game is like, pops up Flippy-esque and is like, hey, it looks like you've gotten everyone killed. Would you like to just fire the soul cannon and win? And I'd be like, yes. Yes, I would. Give me that air quake. The beginning of having to pay attention and use skills. I mean, I appreciate some good old mindless RPG combat as much as the next guy. It's nice, I think, to have a mixture of, like, being absolutely overpowered and then having to, like, carefully tactically think through things. Because, you know, part of the RPG experience is just, like, you know, the absolute, just the progression of power. And just feeling like you've climbed in stats and all that. And every once in a while, it's nice to have an easier fight. And he's like, hey, you war criminals who we haven't decided to yeet out of the side of the tank for some reason. You can't just wander around. And they're like, Fine. Old. Anyway, back to war. Okay, Wappa's like, hey, you all got a second to talk about Malt? He's kind of diving off the deep end, and they're like, yeah, we don't know what to do about it. And Hack is also like, I'm also depressed. Wappa's like, I don't care about that. I do think Flamestorm is going to be my general go-to, just push this button to win. For a lot of these minimal armor engagements in the early game, like this one. It's probably just going to completely wipe out the foe in one shot as well. Good old Sheena, I can always count on her. There we go. And she's like, wait a minute, Jin's dead? And they're like, no, he's not here. He's just hiding. Also apparently hiding one of the bosses from the first game who survived for some reason, and they never end up doing anything with her. Just like, oh yes, the fan favorite villain did manage to survive. I guess for all her fans? I don't know. Weird decision. I love this game to death, but every once in a while they do something where I'm like, I don't know why you decided to take the story in that direction, but okay. It makes a good direction for Jin's character to go into. Also, because this music is nice and jaunty, and yeah, I definitely need to turn on the cooling in my house. I'm gonna get up. It'll be like probably just a few minutes, and then we'll get back to the war. And soon, we shall see another one of the kiddos perish. Hope you'll stick with me. Okay, sorry, I return. Ha, the rare drive-by lurk slander. Dang. Very, very rare. Okay. Um, Let me actually do a science. I want to see how the Magnarm works. Devastating weapon that absorbs the children's energy and inflicts great damage on all enemies. The selected child will be knocked out. Experience points cannot be obtained. Okay, if it's just a knockout, why not? Damn, okay. Ah, there is no choice. Oh no, Socks has been knocked out. Dang. What a shame. Use the Magnarm. The children are shocked. No experience points gained. They're like, Molt, that wasn't even that difficult of a battle. And Malt's is like, I needed to know all the tools we had at our disposal. Okay, I might need to... Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to bear in mind that that is in my toolkit for some of the later game random encounters, because they can get a little rough. Even if I'm just going by the, like, the safe paths and doing everything I can to, dodge, the really spicy fights. Some of the late game random encounters are not nothing. And, you know, the loss of experience is not that big a deal. Because, obviously, I've got everyone... I don't know what the max level is, but everyone has learned all of their skills, and they're all fully upgraded, so... They may as well be max level, in my opinion. They may as well. This battle looks annoying. Let's just use the Magnarm. How about... Hey, Hack, when you're knocked out, you won't have to think about your sister being dead. It's crazy to me that I gotta be strong. It's crazy to me that I never wound up using this in, like, my actual first playthrough that I streamed. Because, like, I was always going the hardest possible route I could. I was determined not to let anyone die, but even the couple times that I got, Meat? Meat. Even the couple times where I got, Soul Cannon triggers, I just kept trucking. I probably would have used the Magnarm if it got down to, like, the 5-turn range or something, but it never got that bad, so I never really needed to. Child has been injured or knocked out. I guess we can get them back up. Laundry is ready to be done. Rest up those two, and, let's get just some free experience for the characters who I hope stick around the longest. Are they still depressed? No. Okay. They were just knocked out. That's fine. Yeah, this is a fight we're gonna throw again. Oh yeah, just to show off. Everything fully upgraded because we're in New Game Plus. So we could absolutely annihilate this boss, but we're here for the tragedy. Hey, the Belenos is ahead. Okay, thank you. We forsake the town and pursue the Belenos. They're like, oh, actually, you know, we need to stop this thing or it's going to destroy the town. And Malt's like, ugh, fine. I'll forgo my being crazy. Now entering combat range. Oh, wait, I can just have an empty gun barrel? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is... Okay, perfect. Yeah, I can just have no one manning the cannons. I did not realize this was an option. Okay, I have to have at least one person on backup. So what does this do? I just stand by? We take this thing out quickly. We might still be able to catch up to it. But let's not make any rash decisions here. Don't stand in my way. I'm coming for you, Jill. We're not fighting Jill right now. I need you to focus, Maul. Yeah, this is perfect, because it does nothing and just basically lets me sit there and take damage. This is exactly what we wanted. And then, once the Soul Cannon is triggered, I'll swap in the kiddos so they can heal up and defend. So I make sure that I don't get killed by the boss. Let's see, this is already what, chapter 5? We're making decent time here. Alright, come on. No. Don't even bother buffing yourselves up. Just shoot me. Hurt me more, Snake. Okay, damage over time. That's good, that's good. Take us down a little bit quicker. This is so stupid that it's even a thing that it lets you do. Though I guess it's necessary. Like, for when you, you know, don't have enough crew members to man all the gun turrets. It's going to become necessary for this run eventually. But it's weird that they don't force you to, like, have crew members active when you can have crew members active. Okay, we should be close. Come on, hit me! Initiating Soul Cannon autoload. Selecting one crew member at random. Come on, Socks. No, wait! Ah, damn it! Huh? We need to finish this battle before the Soul Cannon is ready to fire. Damn it. It being Boron is kind of a... That's disappointing. I wanted to keep him around longer. Okay, I need to swap in some peeps who can toss out some heals and also some defense. Give me a ballad. And you are here to push the defend button. Sheena, let's offset that HP loss with a Mystic Veil. Because now all I need to do is run out the clock. Let the tragedy begin. Ah, poor Boron. It's funny, I read something interesting about Boron in regards to the original game. Apparently, one of the, I don't know exactly, engaging Soul Cannon in energy conversion process, stand by. Apparently, all the internal testers, when they were getting, like, the systems figured out, would always just, like, most of them would default to using Boron. So the guy who was in charge of, like, balancing the characters on the dev team just made Boron as overpowered as possible because of that. As, like, kind of a screw you to his colleagues. And maybe to the testers as well. Use of the Magnarm is recommended. This looks like all the same dialogue as before. So I'll probably... Well, no, it is literally what we're here for. I should still read things out. Five. Can't we do something? Yeah, we can defend. You see, if we defend, we just stop them from dealing enough damage to us, and then we'll be able to win. Kyle's like, what the hell are you talking about? Four. Be interesting if we have other party members chiming in. This also makes me wonder, like, how many people on their average playthrough? 3. Had to use the soul cannon just, like, organically. I had it come up organically a couple of times, but I never, like, needed it to beat a boss, but I don't know. 2. People could certainly have RNG favor them less. Father, mother. RNG favor them less, or maybe they didn't prepare well. You know, skill issues. And I have heard some people who are like, maybe not as huge of strategy RPG nerds as me, say that Fuga 2 is pretty hard. 1. And it certainly got challenging in parts, but I don't know about super difficult. No giving up until the end! Except, yes, actually, we are giving up. It is the end for Boron. Sorry, my precious large boy. You will be missed. Firing soul cannon. No! Stop! But I'm not... I thought I'd finally be able to do my best with everyone. I should have tried sooner. My belly's full. Man, Boron deserves better. Why is the beam a different color? Is that important? Boron! The enemy unit has gone dark. The battle is over. What about Jill? Where's the Belenos? I am no longer picking up the Belenos' signature. Now calculating its estimated travel route. Son of a... We beat it, but we failed to protect the town. I hope everyone is alright. Okay, this is still the same. They're like, hey, you fought them. But, you know, we got wrecked, but we got everyone else to safety. Also, we need someone who knows mechanics, because apparently that's not Socks. So we need to recruit Jin. I didn't really like Boron in the beginning. I thought he was lazy and annoying. But he was a good guy, always was. I never gotta tell him that. Damn it! I'll never forget you, Boron. And I'll never let this happen again. Yeah, we need to get stronger. Or Boron will laugh at us. Yeah, we'll get stronger. We have to. Oof, stings a little bit to have Boron in this end of chapter illustration there. Stings a bit. He wasn't my favorite, but yeah, he was a good dude. Just a good kid. Definitely one of those that, like, I can believe the most, like, never gets caught up in, like, the thrill of combat or anything like that. We'll change the world for them. More edge. Ooh, that's a lot of edge. Edge. New leader skill? Finish it. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need these later skills once we get to later game. Old! Edge. Edge. But yeah, the Not Suspicious Man giving me a comic page. Except I already have the comic page, so it becomes a tail statuette. And the old guys are up to something fishy. He's like, I'm homeless, and Malt's like, I'm Republican, deal with it. Edge points. And we move along. Onward to the next tragedy. Oh yeah, I think this chapter is the one where it's the boss where you defeat by convincing it that you don't actually want to hurt Jill, which was the first one that I had real trouble with in my playthrough. Jin's factory, he's like, hey, I gotta go help my friends, but comatose lady that we're not quite showing on screen, you'll just have to wait for me until you get back. And of course, I gotta see what Jin's outfit is, because, hey, he might die soon. Okay, very practical. Alright, good talk. Back to war. Also, wait, did no one get actual mechanically depressed over Boron dying? That's harsh, man. And then vanilla, because it's all just cannon enemies? Yeah, it's all just cannon enemies. Always has been. And then one armor stripper. Backed up by speed. I'm assuming that Wappa and Vanilla together will be able to take out the enemy whose armor I'm not bothering to strip, but just in case. Okay, yeah, that gets it most of the way. And now we just open up a can of regular attacks. In fact, if I take some damage in random battles, it might even be better. Because that'll make it easier to trigger the soul cannon during the boss. Alright, and this is the... Oh yeah, Jin's like, hey, new girl, what's up? This is the tragedy run, so we always take the safe route. To get to the story a little bit quicker. I bet a speedrun of this would be really interesting, because you'd see people, like... Probably you'd have to do really careful XP routing, with, like, making sure you weren't going to get your butt kicked in boss fights. I'd be really interested to see what they would do in terms of balancing out, like, doing the safe route versus normal routes versus dangerous routes. Could be neat to see. Maybe, like, probably not at, like, a GDC. But maybe at, like, RPG Limit Break or some other speedrunning event. Actually, I do have a buddy who is a furry and a speedrunner. Maybe he's aware of some people who speedrun this game just because of his, you know, community connections. Or, like, where it gets run. Or, you know, I could just check the speedrun website. That's also a thing I could absolutely do. But that's crazy, Tom. Okay, I am gonna assume this doesn't one-shot here. Pretty close. So hey, Vanilla, can you do that again? Hey, thanks. Ah, man. Boron is kind of a rough loss. But I do still have Jin. I have to assume Malt is protected by plot armor until the very end of the game because he is the main character. So he'll probably be the last one to die. I'm hoping that Vanilla is protected at least up until there's the moment where she potentially blows herself up. Which that one was weird too, that it was not fixed by the power of friendship preventing her from doing it, but just outright by time travel. That was another weird thing that I was kind of unsure about the game's direction on. I was like, I don't know about that decision, Chief. Because they already had the one thing, like, in the beginning, the prologue, where you use time travel to undo, like, the bad decisions Malt forces you to make. So you'd already introduced the mechanic by then. So, I don't know. It's a little weird. This looks like it could be annoying. Let's just use the Magnarm. Hey, Socks! Socks is like, oh, not again! There is no choice. What's really impressive, if you think about it, is, that the Magnarm was, like, the final boss's unique move at the end of Fuga 1, and it was just him in there, and he just spammed that shit. He just, like, he used that one after another without getting knocked out. Like, sure, he was, like, a fully grown adult and, like, a professional soldier versus these kids, so his stamina's probably higher, but still. The fact that, like, none of the kids have even a chance to, like, hang on through it is... Oh, okay. This is Jin checking in with Malt and Vanilla, like, hey, you two are kind of going a little crazy. Can you rein it in a little bit? And okay, let's recover Socks so he can get shot out of the Magnarm again. And also get experience to our MVPs here. Ironically, one of the ones that might be most okay with getting killed off is May. Okay, and the Belenos is just ahead. No, it's not. I'm a liar. Resolution event. We saw these before. Basically, people come to be like, hey, Malt, what should we do about this thing? And he's like, maximum efficiency. Power. And they're like, okay. And we love that for him. Or at least I do. I like edgy Malt. Because on the one hand, it's kind of funny seeing this furry child soldier just get, like, so, like, revenge, I'll kill you. But also just, like, without it, he's this kind of generic leader boy. It gives him a little more spice, you know? Just a little more spice. I mean, you can argue it just kind of flips a switch from generic hero to generic anti-hero, and you would have a point there, but it is very interesting to see how it changes all the crew dynamics when Malt is in punished mode. Everyone's like, hey, I know we gotta go and save Hannah, but, like, you're kind of losing your mind doing it. Like, it was such an interesting dynamic that the game had going when it keeps it up. Oh wait, these are the money enemies. I don't really care if I beat these or not. So I can just spam attacks that'll whiff, that's fine. Though it will take longer if I use stuff that just legit has a 0% chance to hit, so... Meh. At least have a shot of ending the battle. Some potential of doing damage. Speaking of RNG, one of the games I'm looking at potentially doing a playthrough of is one of the Super Nintendo Fire Emblems, as I continue kind of working my way backwards, I guess, through Fire Emblem's history. Because I've never played those games. I hear they do some very interesting things with mechanics and all that sort of stuff. Right, I also need vanilla. Then I can have Brits out here. And that there. But I'm not sure which of the games I would want to play. Because I could do either Thracia 776 or Genealogy of the Holy War. I know, I think it's Thracia is like kind of a midquel to, I believe that's the proper term, to Genealogy, in that it kind of like, they take place in the same setting, and kind of like there's a time gap, there's a time skip in genealogy, and Thracia kind of fills that gap in. So part of me kind of thinks it would be better to play genealogy first. But I don't know. I keep going back and forth if I do decide to, you know, play Fire Emblem, which of those I want to do. I've also thought about, wait, what do you mean approaching targeted enemy unit? This is not the boss. What? Interesting. Huh. I guess he said that because we're, like, getting close? Anyway. I can do Furious Burst here, and that's enough. Because vanilla is perfectly balanced. Okay, here we just, yeah, we just go for armor shreds. Might actually see about going for a burn here? Yeah, let me try to go for a burn. Roll that coal. And arrogant shot. Because I did also think about going back and doing like an Iron Man run of Sacred Stones or FE7, but I think part of the joy when I play Fire Emblem, and part of what people have connected with, is the fact that I'm doing them blind. Like, or I'm just doing, if I have played the games before, I'm doing them with some kind of twist. Like when I've done drafts, or I did that that randomizer of Path of Radiance. But if I'm not doing that, I'm doing it blind. Like Radiant Dawn, people really enjoyed. People really liked Dark Lord and the Maiden of Light. So I kind of want to keep up that vibe when I play Fire Emblem. I don't want to do like this kind of a retread without too much of a edge, edge, edge. Any other threats? Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Injustice, Jill gets himself a gat. Oh yeah, and he also breaks loose of his, things. I wonder if those, like, obviously Jin can't be dead yet. We charge in. I charge in to take care of my problems head on. Apply directly to the enemy armor. And the safe route, just to get us through this a little bit quicker. Though I guess I could have done the normal route as well, but... meh! I think I want... and I think Kyle also has an attack all... attack. Yeah, Ballista. Attacks all enemies, ignores their armor. I don't think I ever used that in the run in my first playthrough. Like, ever. It just comes in so late, and you have so many other tools for dealing with enemy armor ranks by that point. But hey, maybe this is going to be one of those situations where it's going to show its true power a little bit, because I could very well get denied my preferred tools for dealing with armor, which is spam the ever-living hell out of Wappa and Vanilla. That could be at kind of a loss for how to deal with regenerating armor if I can't do that. Because it just works so well that it's not even worth stripping away armor. Like, look at this. You know, granted, we are, I am in New Game Plus, so, like, it's not really a fair comparison. But even in the run itself, like, it just worked so goddamn well that it wasn't even worth dealing with the mechanic of lowering enemy armor. Because particularly in the later game, they have the ability to just repair their armor, so why would you not just cut right through their armor, just ignore it, and keep up your offensive? At least that's my feeling. Defensive play was definitely a little more valued in the first Fuga, but I'm kinda okay that that's no longer the case. I'm kinda okay with it. Laundry is ready to be done. The Exoterranus is... The children regain hope. All their affinity levels return to normal. They regain hope only to have it snatched away. Because someone is about to die. It's time to shoot the hell out of the Bellinus. Alright, it's time to employ a bold strategy of everyone get out of the gun turrets. We're going to intimidate Jill by refusing to fight it. This is a winning strategy that will have no side effects whatsoever. Okay, yeah, he's already doing some good damage here. Yeah, 5k a pop is not nothing. It's not nothing. Sunbite. Yeah, you don't take him seriously here. You can converge energy. Okay, that should do a good amount of damage. I might actually want to have someone available to... I have no one available to defend. Okay. Whoa! Okay. Initiating Soul Cannon auto-load. Selecting one crew member at random. Imagine if it's Jin. He, like, just signs up with them, reunites with his friends, and then just gets killed off as ammo. We can still fight. Alright, okay, I'm good with that. I'm not giving up. We need to finish this battle before the Soul Cannon is ready to fire. Okay, now we gotta get some heals rolling and some defense, because, turns out, he can get some offense in. Boy howdy, can he get some offense in. Or, wait, no, you have Ballad. Ballad. I guess I could see... particularly this boss fight, like, people not, like, ignoring the cannon and, just tunnel visioning the boss, which they absolutely punish you for. So I could see people having a problem with this if that was their approach. Engaging Soul Cannon energy conversion process. Stand by. I might actually want to gat down the cannon. Just well, let's see how bad it is once he does this attack. Okay, that's not so bad now that I'm on defense. Yeah, that's fine, actually. Just need to keep up with the balance. Use of the Magnarm is recommended to avoid launch of the Soul Cannon. Man, I know it really looks like you have to go out of your way to get this to happen, but like I could see how this could happen in your first playthrough, particularly if you hadn't played the first Fuga. Because, like, I quickly cottoned on to, and I did, in fairness, I did get some help from chat on that. I did cotton on pretty quick that vanilla is incredibly OP. And, you know, I had a good idea of generally what everyone's capabilities were from the first game. 5. Is it too late? Yes. Yes, it is. 4. Ballad. 3. 2. Hax is like, really? This is happening again?
Keep up the fight, you hear?
1. No giving up until the end. Firing soul cannon. No! Stop!
Why?
He secretly stuffed himself into it so he could see Chica again. Chick, but yes. Well, guess you get to be with your sister now, kiddo.
Sorry for all my pranks, but I wish they'd made you angry. I'm not afraid. If I get scared, everyone will.
And another one's down, and another one's gone, another one bites the dust. Sorry. I do like Hack, but he... Hack! You know, it's not one of the... He's not one of our key crew members that we're really gonna need.
Still can't get this thing to work worth a damn. Come on, Belenos, move it.
Okay, this should all be the same. How can I even call myself leader around here after losing 3 of my friends?
Good question. Sure not making a good show of yourself getting all weak-kneed in front of everyone, eh?
You think they'd all still be here with us if you were in charge?
We might all be gone a year ago if I was, to be super honest. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't still look fit for the job.
Wappa.
You're the oldest here and our leader from the get-go, yeah? Gotta look cool and collected for us.
Maybe you're right. All we can do is move on. For our own sakes, and for Gasco's sake too.
Now you're sounding more leader-like.
Wish I had that strength of yours, Wappa.
Well, like I said, all you gotta do is look cool and collected. Doesn't matter if you really are. But you know, maybe I don't need to play it so cool around you all the time, huh?
Wappa's like, fake it till you make it. Honestly, good advice overall. The end of chapter illustrations are cool. Neat to see the, like, crazy detailed art styles they got from some of these guest artists. Oh, hey, this is new. Sure are lots of people here at the port. Compared to Petit Mona, maybe, but this can't be anything like Parisia, right? Right, yeah. Ugh, what's happened to me? What do you mean? Since when did Petit Mona become my norm? It's like I'm turning into some country bumpkin myself. Sounds like a good thing to me. Just, you know, idle chatter. Distract yourself from the fact that one of your friends has died. Let's go fishing for edge points. Sure, give me some free meat, please, and thank you. Edge, peace to Gasco. Oh, hello, I'm not a suspicious human at all in a mask. But who are you really? Well, I'm definitely not suspicious. Good full belly should change that. Okay, free meat. And we move on. We load out to definitely not repeat our mistakes and get more people killed. Certainly not. Definitely, absolutely not. In no way, shape, or form. I should go back to Solitarobo sometime. It's just... the emulation had so many problems. Oh yeah, and they hear Hannah's voice and they're like, maybe she was alive. But, spoiler alert, not exactly alive. You're an AI now, Harry. Hannah. Kind of works. A little too well.
Jill's like, ugh, my head is pounding.
Okay, is anyone drinking the depressant? No, but we do have someone injured, so I should probably deal with that. And also my elites. Boy, we are already getting a little bit down there in crew. This is gonna get so bad in the later chapters. How terrible. Alrighty, we'll just do a little spamming of machine gun fire, and that should take care of the everything. It really is very interesting. Because, like, I think I should be able to show you guys once, we're out of combat here. Because this library is where they, like, record everything, and, yeah, there's the true ending, which is the one we got, on stream. And it shows the unlock conditions. There's an unlock condition. One of the children is dead upon clearing the game. So you have, like, okay, you have kind of a neutral ending. And you do have the ending for keeping everyone alive. And then the ending I'm going for, all children are dead upon clearing the game. And then also the resolution and empathy prologues. The empathy prologue, the resolution is the one we got. Empathy, basically, just people are like, huh, wow, you didn't go as crazy as you could have. And the Gasco army tries to recruit you instead of the Burman army. Malt still turns them down, though. Oh, this is really good, Drunk. I am blasting through it because this is a new game plus, and I'm deliberately going for the bad ending, where I get everyone permanently killed, but I adore this series. It has a really interesting sort of, like, turn-based combat, where it's all about, like, delaying enemies and, like, using your different party members tactically. Kind of like Grandia, if you ever played that back in the day. And here, I think it could end up being very difficult because I'm getting my entire party slowly killed off, person by person, because you don't do well enough in a boss fight, your party members are permanently dead. Deal with it. Oh, yeah, true. I do love me some Grandia. Grandia and Grandia 2 are both great. I've never checked out the other games in the series, though, so I can't speak for them exactly, but I'm sure they're still pretty good. But yeah, like, all your party members specialize in a different type of gun, and there's resource management in terms of upgrading your tanks, and there's also, like, there's social links between your different characters, which increase their effectiveness, because you have somebody manning the gun, and you have somebody, like, backing them up on the gun port. So I'm really speeding through the mechanics here, because I'm just focused on the story this stream, but there's all kinds of really fascinating things you can do with the tactics here. I adore this game. It's very good. And, you know, I just love the disconnect between, like, oh, very cutesy, like, Anthro kitty designs, then, like, they're in a horrible war where they can all permanently die off. It's a fun, what is the term? Dichotomy? Contrast? Something like that. And luckily my... shit. And I love the leadership skills, too. Because this was something they introduced in this game as well. There's, like, you can basically go Paragon or Renegade, because I know you're a big Mass Effect dude. And that gives you different, like, overall crew abilities, with the Renegade equivalent ones giving you more offensive buffs, and, like, abilities to keep up aggression, and the Paragon ones focusing a little more on, like, defense, automatic heals, and so they are, of course, objectively worse in every way. Sorry if we have any empathy ability stands in the chat, but it's just the truth. At least for my playstyle, I just need nothing but offense. I just need to kill. But yeah, game good. This game and Fuga 1. Fuga 2 is definitely better than Fuga 1, but, you know, I would definitely recommend both games, and This one is a direct sequel. And I think you could probably get by okay if you didn't play the first game, but you'd be kind of missing out on the story. And like the story, it's not perfect by any means, but I think it does. I think it does pretty good in a lot of areas. Like better than you'd expect from this being a small company that's mostly known for making like licensed Naruto games and stuff like that. They do well for having an original IP. I think they also made... I know for sure they made some Naruto games. I think also some Dragon Ball games? Not 100% on that. I just do wish they enjoyed a little bit more, like, popularity and budget so we could get, like... I mean, you know, it's good for me as a streamer to have the ability to, like, oh, hey, there's no canonical voice acting, so I'll just voice act the entire cast. Anyway, let's knock out Socks to get an insta-win here. But, you know, it is a little disappointing that there's no English dub track, that they just have Japanese and French. Which, like, those are the countries where the company is most active in, but... And, you know, the setting is very much based on France, but... I don't know. It's not full voice acting for even the Japanese or French either, so they'd probably do that before they had an English track. We've seen this before. I think it's just Vanilla being pensive. And no need to apologize for the edge points. And oh yeah, Vanilla's like, I'm glad you think Hannah's still alive, but she's probably not. And my father is definitely not alive. And like, she's kind of incorrect, but she's also correct. It's complicated. Alright, let's heal up Socks so I can fire him out of the cannon again. Because this is his purpose. And the rest for the rest of the VIPs for more XP. And back to the war. It's so nice to just have the new game plus stats and everything to just be able to just mercilessly carve through this. Just basically without stopping. So good. Yeah, this formation is fine, I think. Let's get him with a Furious Burst. Enemies are getting a little more tanky now, so I can't just spam normal attacks and have them all die in one hit anymore. It's very sad, very tragic. I just really... Oh yeah, she's like, I don't want to get everyone down, and then she overhears the war criminals discussing something. And she's like, you know, I could just throw you out of the tank, and I'm like, yes, please do, and then she doesn't, because the game just really loves them war criminals for some reason. And so we reach an ad break. If you're still hearing this, thank you for being a member of the VOD crew or a subscriber. I swear, they did turn up my frequency of ads, because I feel like they're happening way more often now. That is not something I intended, so I am going to go in and fix that after stream. Because my philosophy at least, is that I should make it as easy as possible to access as much of my streams as possible. And, well, I should wait until, like, the ad break is over to talk about this. In the meantime, we're just shooting the hell out of these weak fools. Hit them with a Flame Storm. That whiffed the airborne enemy. That's a little bit annoying. Okay. So, as I was saying, before the ad break started, Twitch definitely like did a sneaky and turned up the duration of my ads, because that is something we streamers can control. And I want my ads to run infrequently, you know, infrequently enough that you get a little bit of nudge like, hey, maybe subscribe if you want, but I don't want them to be frequent enough that they get annoying or a turnoff for people, because I definitely know when I'm checking out people I haven't watched before, if I get too many ads, I just go like, all right, I'm out. I'm not gonna hang around, because I feel like that's a terrible experience for new viewers. Like, there's not anything I can do about the pre-roll ads, because that's just how Twitch works. But I feel like that's just, people kind of understand that's a necessary, well, not a necessary, but necessary in Twitch's eyes, necessary evil to tune in to someone you're not subbed to. But as far as like mid-stream ads, while gameplay is still going, that's just a major feels bad there, and I want to minimize that as much as possible. Ideally, I would like it so it never runs ads unless I deliberately trigger it to, where I know there's going to be a lull or I'm taking a break to get water. Like, my water bottle is getting a little low. I will probably be taking a break in a little bit, but I won't be able to run ads because... Oh, hey, let me use the link attack. I won't be able to run ads because Twitch just did it for me automatically, which is a little annoying. And like at the level I'm at, I don't mind giving you guys a little bit of a peek of how the sausage is made, so to speak. Hey, let's fire socks out of the cannon again. Ads do not make me like anything. It's like literal pennies. I am definitely not getting rich off of Twitch streaming here. Obviously, I'm not a big guy, but even if I wanted to like pinch every penny I could out of my audience, ads would not be the way to do it. Because Twitch does not pay well for ads. I think they're a little better once you're partner, and a little better once you're like big and they give you a specific like rate for running X number of ads, whatever. Some of the bigger Twitch people can talk about it better than me, because they have actual experience with it. I've just heard about it secondhand. Yeah, ad revenue is an absolute joke. Yeah, you know. You guys are about on the same level as me for viewer base, I think. Yeah, I think it's like, I think maybe 1 month I earned like $1.50 from it. It's that low. Maybe. And that was when, that was during my unemployment times, when I was streaming like nearly every day for like long periods of time each day. And as a result, built up a pretty like consistent crop of people coming back, because they knew I'd be streaming during the day. And well, I can't do that anymore because I have a day job that pays for things like food and my mortgage. I do love doing these day streams, like the one we're doing right now, because I think there's definite, I'm sure some people would probably feel bad about being just like, you know, the stream that people put on while they're doing their job that maybe doesn't require 100% of their focus all the time or whatever, but I welcome that. Like, there are plenty of content creators I watch who, I love their stuff, or just like background noise, and you still get something out of it. Like, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm just completely inventing a problem here that doesn't actually exist. But I could see some people getting self-conscious over it, like, oh, people don't want to watch me for me, I'm just background noise. Well, yeah. That's kind of how streaming works. Because, you know, you can be the greatest entertainer in the world, and you can't be 100% perfectly on for 1.5 to 4 hours of what is largely like improvised and extemporaneous content. That's not possible. If that is for you, like, great. But you also terrify me, and teach me your secrets, please. Because there's always going to be bits of downtime. Like, I very much ramble because I'm deathly afraid of downtime. And I think it leads to me being, like, kind of fun in a stream of consciousness way. But I don't know. Not everything I say is going to be a banger. Not everything I say is going to be golden and, like, worth listening to. I fully admit to that. Anyway, let's go into a boss fight where we get one of these kiddos killed. The Belenos is just ahead, but instead we fight this goddamn thing. I did manage to kill it on my New Game Plus playthrough. That was incredibly satisfying, I gotta say. Because I wasn't able to do it in my actual first time playing the game that I streamed. Because this thing is a mofo. Most foul. That is just like, oh hey, I see you're doing excellent damage to me. How about I just instantly cut your HP in half, triggering the Soul Cannon? And so I had to take the alternate win condition because the Soul Cannon countdown was ticking down. They do give you a hefty XP reward for killing it, though. Like, beyond some bosses that you get later in the game, even. I might need to defend against this, just to make sure I don't die. Yeah, let me start having some people in that can defend. Just in case. Because we need to get low enough that the Soul Cannon triggers, but not low enough that it just one-shots us. Spank. Very strong attack. Okay, we're getting close. Oh, counter mode. Perfect. Why don't I go ahead and trigger that? Punishment. May is depressed is actually kind of bad. Initiating Soul Cannon autoload. Selecting one crew member at random. It is far too soon. B-Sox, 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 B-Sox. It's not gonna be Sox. Oh, May! Maul! We need to finish this battle before the Soul Cannon is ready to fire. Regice is in this? In a manner of speaking. Do I have anyone left who can use... I guess I can get the heal over time. Does Wappa know healing? She knows Lullaby, but I don't have anyone left on the crew who knows Ballad. Which is really interesting. They have systematically gone after my healers. Which is gonna be interesting. What have I got in terms of healing items? I'll have to bust out that New Game Plus money. Sheena's afraid, that's fine. We just need you to survive. Actually, some healing is better than none. Repair kit. Oh, and actually, I can Siphon Beam as well. Because that's a heal. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we can go back to just defending, wait for the countdown to end, and get another one of our precious party members killed. Engaging Soul Cannon energy conversion process. Stand by. Man, this thing takes off and gets brutal kind of fast. This, I remember, was the boss, aside from the last boss that I had them... Well, no, the last boss kind of went down like a chump. This is probably the toughest fight for me. Playing through the game blind for the first time. Use of the Magnarm is recommended to avoid launching the Soul Cannon. Nope, we just keep defending. It's fine. I'm sure nothing bad will come of my strategy here. I certainly won't get the main character's little sister killed. That would just be terrible. Spank. can't lose hope. 4, 3. Gotta say, I do love how they did the soul cannon in this game. It's very excellent. Because the first one, it was very easy to avoid using it, because you just never chose to use it. 2. Here they're like, you've been getting your butt kicked too much.
Keep up the fight, you hear?
1. No giving up until the end. Firing soul cannon. No! Stop!
Malt! Daddy? Mommy? I'm worried about Malt. Please watch over him. Huh? Daddy? Mommy? It's me, May.
Right in the soul with that one. May! Malt, my sister is dead. I leveled up. Malt is depressed after losing his sister May.
Yeah. I'm still all edgy.
Edge, edge, edge. The one more time. One of the best abilities in the game. And there's something, we can't let the Belenos become whole again. Because he's slowly gaining power and we keep not being able to stop him. It's all my fault. I was supposed to protect you. May. May! Ah! Ah! May! May. No more mistakes. I'm not messing up anymore. I won't lose anyone else. I can't. I'm the oldest. Damn it, May, you couldn't even kill Jill. Yeah, time for a blood rage for sure. Because May is now permanently dead. I don't know why I said that in such a chipper tone of voice. We have literally sacrificed the 6-year-old child to insta-kill our enemies. Anyway, do you have edge points for me? Please hold on a little longer. Edge. Okay, and now we go to the docks. And he's like, "Ah, hello, I'm not suspicious at all." And Malt's like, "I'm depressed." Do we really look like we could be together? He's like, haha, I could be Vanilla's boyfriend. And everyone's like, what the hell? Didn't your sister just die? He's like, I'm trying not to think about it. More edge points from there. Do we get a free thing from the soldier? Yes, okay. And onward. Ah, yes, and here Vanilla gets the mysterious blackmail package. I'm like, I'm definitely your father. You should turn against your friends and kill them. Dang, chapter 8 already. We are blazing. The children were like, oh, Hannah's an AI. But if we destroy the Belenos and stop Jill, Hannah will die.
which Hannah is good with, but everyone's, you know, a little conflicted about that. But, of course, we keep up our edge and say, like, we're gonna have to fight. How we have a little intermission? Do we have... Oh, right, Malt is depressed. Look at his sad face. Let's have Vanilla cheer him up, I guess? I feel like these sillier outfits are no longer, appropriate, given the tragedy run that we're doing. Let's get people back in their canonical outfits. We're only going to lose more people at this rate. We're here with you, no matter what. Did you get Lunch's socks dead yet? No. Currently we have, the twins, Hack and Chick, May, and Boron dead. So Socks has managed to evade death so far, but he can't keep it up forever. Malt is feeling all better. He's like, hey, my sister just died, but you know what? We have to try our best. Ugh, such a weird mechanic. Okay, but you know, just because Socks isn't dead yet doesn't mean we can't torture him. Let's fire him out of the lesser cannon. I may need to break for lunch myself pretty soon. I am getting a little hungry, and I've also got grocery shopping to do. Socks has been knocked out. And we don't have to listen to his goddamned whining for at least a little while. We take the safe route because this is the tragedy run. What if I just use the Magnarm, like, continuously? Who else do I not really need? Help. You handle the rest. What the hell was that voice? That wandered pretty far from what his voice is supposed to be. I blame the hunger. Clearly I need a... Is it Twix or Snickers that they're keeping, like, eat candy when you're hungry in their ads? I don't remember. They're like, so, all those zombie tanks are coming from the bad guy, right? And we're like, yes. Snickers, okay. The only ads I've been seeing lately are, like, either ads for TikTok where they show, like, a uninteresting video for 5 seconds. They're like, you could see more of this on TikTok. And then ad for, like, a local hospital, which is weird. Where they just play this really annoying video around over, like, uplifting, like, segments of people, like, working out and, like, swimming. And then they're like, use the hospital. And I'm like, okay. What is that supposed to make me think of in terms of your hospital, though? Invisible confusion. Yeah, the whole you're not you when you're hungry. For some reason, I thought that may have been Twix. I'm pretty well off sugar now, except when I have, like, a sugary Jack and Coke. Which does happen semi-frequently, but aside from that, I'm pretty much kicked sugar out of my diet completely, but I could still get down with the Twix. Like, I don't even like caramel. I don't like caramel, but for whatever reason, that in a candy bar, like, just set up like that, it works for me. I can't explain it. I agree, Repu. It's kind of messed up that they're allowed to. For a second, I was like, wait, is Wappa dead? Did I just completely manage to miss that? But no, we good. We good. A left Twix. Ah, yes. The left Twix v right Twix debate. Ooh, the Snickers ice cream bars. It's been a long time since I've had one, but they're a little much for me. Every once in a great while, like a couple times per like year, I'll get a urge for some ice cream, and honestly, a lot of the time I just go with plain old vanilla. Boring, maybe, but I don't know. If you don't have to taste that often, vanilla's like fucking delicious. There is no debate. Left wings or be nothing. I wish I cared about a lot of things to the as much as you cared about this. I'm gonna be real. You know what? This looks slightly annoying. Let's just use the Magnarm. We probably don't need Jill. Or Jin. I'm just gonna see how much I can get away with this, with spamming the Magnarm. Because we don't need the experience. Peach and eat it. Oh, yeah. My dad actually introduced me to that. He was a big fan of that. Yeah, that is so good. Peach and vanilla is an excellent combo. Now we're talking about food, and I was just saying how I might need to break for lunch, and this is not helping. I think I'm okay for now. Similarly, we need no items, because all he has for us are upgrade pieces, and the tank is fully upgraded. But honestly, like, in terms of ice cream bars, God, that's so much empty space on the page. I remember really liking, I think it was the strawberry shortcake ice cream bar that you can find a lot of the time. Vanilla under... Oh god, May is scratched out in that illustration because she's dead. Oh, that makes sense, but dear god. Exactly, I 100% agree, Drunk. Yeah, people think of vanilla as just like a default flavor. And I don't know how we all kind of got that thought into our heads as kids, but like it's so wrong because, you know, it's such a strong flavor. And like it's not as, you know, in your face as something, say, like chocolate or like a fruit flavor can be, but it's still very enjoyable. Vanilla's the yeah, that's a great comparison. It is the garlic. Yeah, I have one of the few desserts that I consider myself pretty good at making. Is one where the main, you know, mostly it's just like the base to get it going with you know, flour and eggs and all that good stuff. And then for flavoring, you just have almond extract and vanilla extract. That's it. Like barely even any sugar. And it's delicious. It's a more subtle kind of sweet. But and of course, unfortunately, a lot of family gatherings, when I do bring that, it's less able to be enjoyed because I do have a few family members who have issues with, like, gluten. But for gatherings where that's not an issue, like, it's great. Because it's like, you're able to enjoy a dessert, but there's not that much sugar. Because it's a little more on, like, the buttery kind of, because it's a Dutch dessert. It's like a... I forget the actual... Because I got the recipe from, like, somewhere else, so it doesn't have a proper name. So I can't just bust out, like, the OG proper name for it like I can with Abelskivers. Which are also lit, and I have not had them in so long. I do have some flour around. I do have that pan somewhere. I could make those for myself. Which, if you don't know what Abelskivers are, they're similar to, Puffer Jets, I think, is another similar thing. Basically, it's just like a ball of pancake batter that you cook up in a special pan that's like, they just have small half-spherical dents in them. So you cook like half of a little bit of batter, and then you flip it over. So like the rest of the batter kind of like flows underneath the cooked one, and it cooks in another half. And so you have like just like a pancake shell on the outside, and you have like a still cooked but soft and like often hollow inside, so you can like put jam or butter or maple syrup or something in there. It's so good. It's so good. Something that my grandma used to make all the time, and my dad, like, even before he got big into cooking, because I do credit my father with where I largely picked up my love of cooking from. Even before he got like super into cooking, basically out of necessity, it was something he was always proud to like share with everyone because that's like I'm pretty sure a Dutch thing, and that's like something that grandma would make him when he was a lad, and it's just so fun too because if you have like a table set up close to the kitchen, you can just have continual like plates or trays of this coming out. They can just be they can be dumped out hot from the pan. You can just grab them while they're still hot and stuff like some butter in there, and the butter can like melt because it's still coming straight out of the pan. It's so good. I'll try and find now that I've raved about these for a while, I'll have to try and find because my recipe is just like written down, so I might have to like just transcribe that, but I'll try and find a good recipe online and post it in probably the Take the Shot Media Discord, because we do have a food channel there. Something I very much appreciate, though you do kind of need specialized equipment to cook it properly, because you need that pan. Yeah, and it's literally like, the trick is mostly in the cooking, because as far as, no, these are a little more bite-sized than Dutch babies, but similar in texture. These are like, they're less like eggy than Dutch babies, but they're like, I don't know, simple, very simple. Let's have Jin take one for the team. But these don't have any kind of baked filling in them. Just you bake them, and then you can fill them with whatever you want, is more how they work. Sorry, gang, the rest is up to you. Jin is knocked out. No experience, not that I need it. No airship, because I don't need that either. Because we're just rolling through. In fact, I can just do Magnarm. In fact, let's view a few more of these. Like, what does Vanilla say? She gets KO'd. We are out of alternatives. Okay, very practical of her, bidding for Vanilla. God, I really hope she survives as long as possible, or this run is gonna get rough in the late game. Okay, and what about Malt? This is for my friends. Okay, about as expected from the boy. Okay, no experience, that's fine. We just roll on through to intermission, we get everyone back up, and then we'll have another tragic, completely unavoidable death from the crew. Buying a lot of flour, just think of it as something you needed. Edge. Do I have the final... Oh, I do have... Right, I do have one more time. Okay, I can start stacking empathy abilities now. Okay, and while the kiddos take an intermission here before another one of them dies horribly, I am also going to get up super briefly and re-up my water and use the restroom, so I'll be back in just a little bit, like a minute or two maybe. Hope you'll stick with me. I think I got a little more stream in me yet. Hey, I forgot to unmute myself. Professional streamer here. I returned. Sorry, it took a little longer than I had anticipated because I was looking around for something to just like eat as a quick snack. But it turns out everything I have would require some kind of cook time. So I will just bear with it and probably... Yeah, probably after this boss fight I will... or maybe another chapter. So I guess this will end up being a 2-stream kind of deal. Because the rest of the day I've got other stuff to take care of, including like grocery shopping, gotta bake bread, laundry. Oh god, I gotta clean the house still too. Oh. Make a preemptive strike. And now we start getting the worse empathy abilities. We are fighting the large lad. And we are going with the bold strategy of doing nothing, which will surely cause no problems whatsoever. I remember this fight being particularly easy because this boss fight really depends on, like, the boss's high armor ranking to, like, have it cause problems for you, but by this point, you have 2 very strong party members who can just ignore armor with every attack. So you can just blitz the boss, use a link attack or something to wipe out the reinforcements, and you're good to go. I will need to take out these, Ooh, yeah, this is about to be bad. I will need to fight seriously for a little bit to take out these reinforcement tanks. Because they're gonna be problems in terms of just kind of hanging on. Yeah, this boss doesn't even do that much damage. It's all about just gathering the allies, which are a problem if you ignore them, but, you know, generally you just don't. You just gat them down. Okay, there we go. We're under half. Initiating Soul Cannon autoload. Selecting 1 crew member at random. It is far too soon. Come on, socks. Damn it. No! Oh, God, this run just got so much harder. That's one of my 2 armor ignorers, game. Damn it. No, 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 no! We need to finish this battle before the soul cannon is ready to fire. Ah, RNG, you are a cruel, cruel hoe. Lord. Alright, let me scrape together an offense with what I have left. For at least a little bit. Oh, but first up should probably be Sheena. Thought the enemy tank was Kirby. Nah, it's this guy. Well, I can see it. I can see it. Okay, how tanky are these boys? Decently tanky, but some sustained offense should be able to take them out. So let's open with Earthquake. Kirby ate a tank. Man, they never told me about that part of Kirby in the Forgotten Land. I would have actually played that game. You gotta squint a little. Yeah. Ugh, that's really bad. But we got Inspirational Fire for some AoE coverage here. Yeah, the boss is taking, like, no damage, so there's no threat of that. We set up Mystic Veil. Psychosis mode. Okay, now we do Super Armor to buff our Defend DR. Now we just wait out the clock. Engaging Soul Cannon energy conversion process. Stand by. I hate that. I can't unsee that now. Like, you're not wrong, but I feel like this is also one of those that cost you $0 to not say that moments. Ooh, I don't like it. They're purple abs, too. Ugh. Mind Flayer? This isn't Baldur's Gate 3. This is a great game, by the way, as I think I've said like 8 times so far this stream. Use of the Magnarm is recommended to avoid launch of the Soul Cannon. Nah, we'll be fine. Our defense strategy's about to pay off, Hacks. You watch. Wipe him out. Okay, took out all the important ones. 5. Father, mother. Speed. Yep, because all that flying enemy can do is buff ground enemies that aren't the boss, so... Oh, and in fact, it just blew itself up. 4. 3. 2. Is it too late? Fortunately, yes, she's one of my better party members, but it's the tragedy run. 1. I'm just pissed they took her before Socks. No giving up until the end. And here's the end. Firing Soul Cannon. No! Stop! Don't forget me! I know, right? What a jib. You know what? No, we're going one more chapter. We need one more chance for Socks to die. And thank you, Christy the Bossar? Christy the Bossar? Appreciate the follow.
I'm not really sure where I'll end up after this, but I'm going out with a bang. Too soon.
You can't spell expendable without Socks. True. True. So true. Wappa! It's funny because from what I've looked up from like the lore of the series broadly, Socks is like the most important one for the lore because like some of his descendants are major characters in games that are later on in the timeline in the series, and I hate that. I hate that so much. Hex is like, alright, you won. But at what cost? Oh, also the villain got one of the things he needs to destroy the world, so good job, crew. Little appearance from AI Hannah there. Who's like, oh no, the villain is getting the things he needs. It's too quiet. Oh, right. Wappa. You were always laughing, no matter the situation. It's so quiet without you around. Wappa, you always knew how to make us all smile. You really were our true leader. I hope you're enjoying the long journey you're on now. Little weird to see Malt drawn a little too realistically. Not gonna lie. I agree. We need one more shot. We need one more gotcha pull to maybe get socks on the death roulette. I can keep going a little longer and just, like, eat my lunch in, like, 2 seconds. Because I, like... It's gotten better, but people used to compare me to, like, you know, the stereotypical, like, anime big eater with how fast I would eat. Because, you know, as I've gotten older, I kind of wised up like, oh, if I'm eating a thing I really like, I should slow down and savor it. Also, it's bad for, you know, my health to eat too fast. But before it was just like, something I really like, just eat super, super fast. I think I still eat quicker than the average person, but it's nowhere near as bad as it once was. Can't confirm. Free meat from the soldier. Excellent. We take those. And Vanilla's like,
I'm being blackmailed, but do I go along with it?
all aboard. On to the next chapter, which is, God, what is this? Chapter 10 already? The power of New Game Plus, I tells you. Oh, chapter 9. The Game of Knucklebones. Where Jill is like, heh, I've already gotten the next plot trinket I need. I do wish he'd stayed the villain for the whole game. His replacement is just not... I understand why they did it, but still. And Arya's like, hey, I figured out where Jill is, and everyone's like, great, let's go kill him. Or, well, actually, it's more, who is depressed? Sheena's depressed. Oh, I guess this will see their social link, too. So y'all be missing some context for it, but, whatever.
This is too much. I can no longer hear the no-no around us.
You just need to relax.
Perhaps I am just overwhelmed, yes.
Sheena's feeling all better. Gotta protect that smile until she inevitably dies. Remember when you mentioned going back to Parisia to look for books and stuff? I think I really want to do it.
You do? That's fantastic.
Once this whole thing is over, Lieutenant Muscat will probably lend a hand, right?
I do imagine she would. There are likely many throughout Gasco who wish to see its cultural heritage rescued. Let's see to it.
Yeah, and you know, I was thinking those spells of yours might come in handy. Do you want to come with me when I go?
I'd be happy to. In fact, I had planned on it from the start. I'll continue my studies so I might actually be of help once the time comes. I rather like the idea of having a goal in mind to work towards.
Feels like with you around, we might actually bring back some of what Parisia had back in the day. Thanks, Sheena. And Sheena being all self-conscious about her magic when it's, like, actually amazing in this game. That took care of it. Yes, yes. Return to war. Alright, this one looks easy enough. I probably shouldn't spam Magnarm all over the... Oh, this is interesting. I can't field a full team of machine gunners at this point. Yeah. Still, I do have my grenade launcher peeps to fill the gap. And, you know, it is still New Game Plus, and I am still horrifically overpowered. One more time! Speaking of horrifically overpowered, thank you, best ability in the game. And this is why I highly recommend resolution over empathy. Ooh, I can't ignore armor as easily anymore. This is a dark day. Let me go with this layout. Let's see, which one needs to die faster? Kind of doesn't matter. I'll just shred the armor on one, then split my focus a little bit. Do the Geoclare. For the guaranteed burns. And now, because I still have vanilla, I can still act like armor isn't real. Kind of. Yeah, this is where things start to get tricky, because enemies are starting to scale up to the point where I can't take them as lightly anymore. But we should still be fine. I just have fewer tools in my toolkit to deal with what the game's gonna throw at me. Because I have, like, so many fewer party members, good god. It feels bad. Okay, this one, I want Ina and you, and I refuse to use socks unless I absolutely have to. Arrogant shot should be enough to take care of this thing. Oh yeah, I'll kill that in a couple hits. Oh, arrogant shot, my beloved. Truly just cracks the game wide open, and I don't feel bad in the least about exploiting it. One more time! I don't like that noise it's making. Oh. I guess because it's got, like, meat on its exterior armor, but I don't like it. Something about this easy mode battle theme makes me think of Shining Force a little bit. There's just the one point where it goes doo-doo-doo, where it has a little more like the pan flute sort of sound to it. Maybe that's just me. Might just be me. I don't know. Might be crazy on that one. This crew is well capable of facing any threat, which is what makes it all the more tragic that we're here with a fully upgraded tank and with most social links maxed out. And I'm getting people permanent killed every boss fight. Oof. Hey, Socks. I don't feel like dealing with this fight. Can you? Thanks, buddy. Really hoping he gets picked next, because he is, like, by far, he was the most expendable one before, but he's extra the most expendable one now. I don't think so, because it just knocks him out, and I'm able to, prior to the boss fight, use the dormitory to recover him back to normal. But I guess there's a chance? I think the only people that have outright plot armor from the Soul Cannon are Vanilla, because she can possibly be killed through other story events, and Malt because he's the main character. I just assume that when you get to the final boss and you have to fire the Soul Cannon, you've got no choice but to use Malt as your final attack. I assume. Or wait, no, I should have armor shredding online. Oof, I have effectively one grenade launcher. Jin might be an okay one to lose too, actually, at this point. Doesn't feel good to admit, but I do have kind of an overpopulation of cannon users right now. Still hate that sound. God, this inefficient skill usage hurts my soul a little bit, but whatever, it's fine. We just need to blast through these chumps so we can get to another shot at getting sick getting 6. Getting socks permanently killed. Yeah, that little that screams Shining Force to me for some reason. I can't really explain why. Just go for the Inspirational Fire for the multi-hit, because why not? SP doesn't matter. It also might be a good idea to split this up over a couple streams, because, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna need a break for lunch before I can finish the whole run. Just so I can, like, get the bad habits out of my head that I'm getting, like firing the Magnarm at the first opportunity, not watching my SP usage. Because if I went into the final boss with, like, just Malt and used tactics like that, I would be in for a real bad time. Okay, let's get Socks back on his feet, I guess. And get some free XP for everyone else important. May is still dead. We return to war. There's a transmission from the Belenos. Whoa, it's Hannah, who's an AI. And we will find a way. Okay, of course, this is the tragedy route, so we take the safe routes. Because I am absolutely just taking the easy way through this game and just not really caring about the consequences. I mean, I do care, but the option is there. I have to see where it leads. And I think I still need to figure out the stream schedule for what I'm doing this week. But I'm pretty sure that we will be getting back to this Wednesday night. Because my situation with the job is still kind of what it is, but I am taking Thursday and Friday off so I can play the official release of Hardcore Classic WoW. So I know that even if I, like, kind of burn myself out streaming Wednesday night, it won't matter because I have the next day off. Let's do the frag shot. And almost certainly I'll be able to get it done. That I'm really looking forward to the challenge because I'll be dealing with. I mean, the final boss is literally just going to be Malt versus the last boss. I feel like that's going to be so rough. Like, I legit have no idea how I'm going to win there. Like, can I use the soul cannon there? Is that even a thing? Oh yeah, and there's the thing like, oh hey, here's the video message that Hannah sent over. It's from, Jill's scientist mom, who created him. And everyone's like, oh, Jill has a backstory, dang. And actually, I do like Jill's backstory quite a bit. I think his motivations are kind of dumb, but his backstory is cool because it ties into, like, more details about the world and things that are just kind of neat. I like them. Okay, these mofos need to get gatted down. And Earthquake is just the spell for it. Was definitely gonna Magnarm there if I had, like, a couple left up. Free SP refill, not that we'll need it. One final trip on the safe route. I'll Magnarm a couple times. And this time I believe, it will be Socks. I'll keep him from the Magnarm this time. Just to hopefully up the odds. I almost went to him out of habit. No kill like overkill. Beautiful. You'll do fine without me. Who's next? Ooh, yeah, this would actually be a very... Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't. That's quite bad. Okay. Alright. Okay then. Alright. Guess we gotta do this one legit. That's bad. Can inflict fear and depression, so that's the one I gotta focus on. Because the other one is just damage and a chance of injury, which is also annoying, but ultimately it's like, it's fine. I can deal with that. Come on, Heroic Strike. Oh yeah, easily. Easily. Okay. I fretted a little, but I am still in New Game Plus with a fully upgraded tank, so... It's not that bad. And, you know, the vanilla still exists. It was perfectly fair and balanced, and not overpowered in the least. I'm hoping for Socks, but I'd also be okay with it if it was Kyle who got shot out of the soul cannon this time. But we'll see. Very soon. Very soon. I like how it always pops up that message like, ooh, you got someone knocked out, as though it's about to tutorialize it, but like, I know how to do this game. We've been running on this program for a while now. May is still dead. As we return to war. And Jill is like, heh, I'll take you all on. And so, we do the bold strategy of doing nothing. I don't think it'll take the boss very long to get me down to half health, in which case I'm gonna have to furiously swap in and, like, counterattack something fierce to at least get his, like, support weapons down. Because these things do hurt if you ignore them. I mean, yeah, they've already shaved... Yeah, they've shaved a good 13k off me, and I have taken 1 round of standbys. This is where the boss fights start, messing around quite a bit less. Okay, we're basically at half health. I'm gonna start swapping people in and dealing damage, because I worry if I delay too long, it's gonna be real bad. At the very least, get down the one that has a red symbol, because that one is kind of a mofo. Okay, now let's just stay on defense, let them get us the rest of the way. Maybe a little bit of Flamestorm as well. Just for kicks, just for fun. Come on. Come on, do it! Kill me! Determination. Oh, damn it. We don't want it to miss. We want it to knock us into Soul Cannon range. Come on, Malt. Get with the program here. Okay, that's definitely going to hurt a lot. We want defense up for that. 100%. I don't know that I ever saw this in the actual run. Yeah, that's pretty powerful. Initiating Soul Cannon autoload. Selecting 1 crew member at random. We're not done here, damn it! No! Damn it, it skipped some... Ah! should have been you, Socks. We need to finish this battle before the soul cannon is ready to fire. I'm surprised, given how much in my actual playthrough, the soul cannon was like laser focused on trying to kill Sheena, that it didn't go for the same thing here. Because like every time I had the soul cannon trigger in the actual game, it was like, oh, yeet Sheena in there. Yeet Sheena in there. Yeah, we could have this be Sheena. Got a little annoying, because she's one of my favorite characters. I'm not gonna have heals over time either with Sheena down. But at this point, all I need to do is run out the clock. Awakening chance. Overgrown puppet. Yeah. Man. Just fully... Oh crap, I picked the wrong option. No, you don't have any ability to heal. God damn it, Socks. It's fine, I'll just have to buy a bunch of great repair kits. Slap on the super armor and we start defending like there's no tomorrow. I don't have access to Vanish either, do I? Interesting how many things I just think of as like baseline tools I'm no longer gonna have. Engaging soul cannon energy conversion process. Stand by. Okay, now that the weapons are back out, I'm gonna go back on the offensive. At least as best I can. Don't really have any AoE attacks with Jin. So I may as well just have her out. Or, no, that's right, she's depressed. Okay then. Let me just roll coal on the one ground boy. That'll work. Man, I can't believe Socks just keeps getting to live. This is the worst day. Oh well, I'll eat a good lunch. That'll cheer me up. And hey, I'll get to look forward to killing Socks on Wednesday. Because it will happen, damn it. Use of the Magnarm is recommended to avoid launch of the Soul Cannon. Awakening chance. Is this really how you want to set things? The Belenos is weakening. Yes, now is our perfect opportunity to strike. So, naturally, we're going to defend, as I am a keen tactical mind. Five. What happens next? 4. Socks can only count to 4. 3. He can only count to 4. He can only... 2. We can't lose hope. 1. No giving up until the end. Sorry, Sheena. It should have been almost anyone else. Firing soul cannon. No! Stop! Ah!
I'll use my no-no. Protect everyone. Ah, I'm one. With the no-no, it's warm.
Yeah, I imagine getting fired as ammo out of a cannon would make you pretty close to nanotechnology. Damn it. That one hurts. I like Sheena a lot. Sheena! Social link up. How can we trust you? Just like, heh, give me a break. You'll just have to. And it's like, what do you intend to do? He's like, shut up. And locks her away in the computer. Sheena. Huh? I wonder if Sheena's back home by now. Britz. She's glowing like the light from the spell she used. Safe at home with her beloved family. Yeah. I bet that's exactly where she is now. The only reason I'm still here is because of her. Why couldn't it have been me instead? If Sheena's the reason you're still alive, then don't say things like that. It'll make her sad. Sorry, you're right. We've lost half our numbers already. My friends. Can't stop now, though. The fate of Gasco, of the world, rests with us. But sometimes I worry we can't handle the weight of it. Lend us your strength, everyone. Right. Thanks, everyone. Happy Jill and his backstory before he was used as soul cannon ammo over and over and over. Because that's what he was made to do. Because he does not die when he is killed. Alright, well, I think I will start to wrap it up there. I will be back Wednesday to finish this out. We will see what happens when you finish the game with everyone dead. So, thanks everybody for coming out. Spend a little bit of your morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. If you're watching the VOD after the fact, I see you. I appreciate you. If you want to keep up with me, there's a couple Discords I post on. One where I'm a little more social and I share it with my friends, and another that is just me. Don't see any good raids targets that I know, and there's nobody else playing Fuga 2. So, alright, I guess I will just end it there. Yeah, have a good day at work, drunk, and see everybody. My name is Vimbert, or Vimbear if you prefer. I'll see you around the internets.